A pig! So cute.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to stream. It is lovely to have you all here. Sabs and Josh and Nobu and Chemist and Elite Knight, thank you so much for the follow. And Nikki and Meaty and Paula and any lurkers. It is lovely to have you here. We also have with us today we also have a special guest today. Say hi, Max. You're the special guest.
I thought you were the special guest.
No. I'm the guest of honor. You're the special guest.
You can have honor and still be special.
Maybe I can. Anyway, Elite Knight, thank you for the follow. That brings us to 600 followers and means I have to start planning a Roll for Shoes campaign.
Wait, Elite Knight like the armor set?
Elite Knight 2430. So, is your name based on the armor set? For those who don't know, by the way, Roll for Shoes is a rules minimal TTRPG. Nikki, same. Roll for Shoes is also, as the name may suggest, a little bit sillier. So it's less about grand adventures and more about just doing shit.
I don't know, man. I feel like Rolling for Shoes is a pretty grand adventure.
When we play it, I will give a bit more detail on like where the name comes from. But like the short answer was the first test session, a guy literally said, "I roll to see if I have shoes on," and he did, and that inspired the whole thing.
For him.
Not only did he have shoes on, he rolled a critical success on shoes.
I mean, for what it's worth, I critical failed that. I detest wearing shoes.
That's valid, actually. I went through a long period of just not wearing shoes whenever I could.
I did too, from the ages of about 1 to 27.
Mine wasn't that long.
I really don't like wearing shoes.
Again, perfectly valid. Okay, Anna Orlando, do your shit. Please nobody answer this. It's not a genuine question. It's just me preparing to be sad. If I have to fight Ornstein and Smoke, I'm gonna be actually angry. Slippers are good, Josh.
I can give you the answer.
Yeah?
17.
That's a good
That
answer.
clears everything up.
Yeah.
Don't you fight Ornstein in DS2?
You do. And alone,
like,
he's a pushover.
Definitely different.
The thing is, I don't know if he's Ornstein or if he's a dude wearing Ornstein's armor, because those are not the same thing.
Oh, I mean, also, for what it's worth, they retconned that in this game. Like, it makes even less sense now.
Interesting. Sabs, thank you for taking a clip and also just testing that clips work. But yeah, slippers are a nice compromise between shoes and not shoes.
My problem with that is, like, the reason... I walk stupidly, and slippers make that worse.
So, Elite Knight. I'm not, like, from anything, like, me personally. I'm originally from South Africa, live in Canada. But I've had some kind of pig-themed nickname since I was a teenager. So I just ran with it. Yeah. My pig himself is based on Waddles from Gravity Falls, but is his own character. He is just Mr. Pig.
Yeah, I was gonna say, for what it's worth, Waddles from Gravity Falls is literally just a pig, so...
Correct. Stealth, welcome. Bedwet Behead. Shoes, slippers, and I can't believe they're not shoes.
Crocs got it.
Marry slippers. Slippers are so good. I can fuck with Crocs. Like, I don't think it'll be a long-term thing, but that's a lot of holes. And just kill shoes. Meaty is also made of cute. Also, hello, Stitch. You are not being Stitch Nord.
But is he being pignored?
No, I hope not. There was a very good friend in there in Dark Souls 1.
Oh, don't worry, Pig. There's still a really good friend in there.
You see, I think you and I mean different things by that.
No! He's in there.
Oh. Sadness indeed.
See, Pig, I
friend.
don't lie to you.
That's true.
Stitch, no cheating.
You know what? Having played Dark Souls 1, this is a very cool addition.
Yeah, again, it's fan service, but like, it's the most popular of fan services, so truly.
Also, like, fan service done right, I would argue, because it's not the exact same thing. It is.
I mean, it's the same thing, but like an infinite amount of time later.
Yeah. Monster ahead.
I just saw someone refer to someone in their 20s as still a kid, and I'm just gonna scooch on past that shit.
There's context, but I don't think there's context that quite justifies it.
There isn't. Like, the context isn't going to be better, because it's like, oh, but this game. And I'm like, okay, but, like, we need to stop, like, raising the age in which people are considered children now.
Absolutely agree. The only exception, and this is for me personally, is when I see, like, Leonardo DiCaprio and he's got, like, another 19-year-old girlfriend, and I'm like, that is a child.
That's different because he's established a pattern.
Yeah.
And also, he's made it a point that, like, no matter how old he gets, he's always going to chase after exactly that. And, like, that's a bit... But, like, I wouldn't even use that enough to justify, like, 19-year-old as a kid, because...
No, I agree with you. It's... I just mean, like, in that context, like,
Oh, yeah, he needs to chill out with that shit, but, like...
Cahill, good news. There's a clip of it.
Hey, Cahill, good news. You're cute.
Thank you, Max. That is the correct thing to do.
For some reason, I didn't notice Cahill was actually here. I thought people were just talking about Cahill. Also, Cahill, if they brought back the trans your gender coffin, like, this game would be perfect.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I think specifically having one piece of fan service, it being the most famous like location at all, because this is where most people quit, and
Fair
doing
enough,
what they
yeah.
did to it is like absolutely fair. Just because it's like, oh yeah, that place that used to look all holy through like all these illusions and shit, here's like how much worse it has gotten.
Yeah.
And also, the instant you show up here, you can tell the illusion's been dispelled already.
Yes. Which I think is also very cool.
Cahill, I think what you mean is and Lorlando.
It's true, Smage is cute.
Also, yeah, Smage did get a good clip of that on Cahill if you want to watch that. It's so good. Everyone in chat made sure not to spoil where we were going next, and I was so proud of everyone.
Man,
Hey!
these guys are not strong to fire, but it turns out they're very strong to dark.
Yeah, good news. The boss is weak to fire.
Oh, I should
I'm
probably
letting you
have...
know in advance because it won't help you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, fire and it resists dark, so don't try and punch him. Punching him will not help you.
Wait, then how am I supposed to...
How are you supposed to what?
beat the boss?
With fire.
But I didn't set up my fireball.
I'm so sorry for your loss. You can open a shortcut.
I assume it's a door?
Yeah. It's the really plain door.
Yeah. So about that.
Yeah, I believe in you, Pig. You can sort this out. I know Dark Souls famous for its puzzles. Pig, you're quiet. What's the matter?
A bad friend has arrived.
Well, that's not very nice. He's just here to say hi.
I do not wish to say hi. Can he climb
Howdy,
stairs?
Style.
I don't think he can climb stairs.
I don't know if he can. He's got a lot of legs, so he's either really good or really bad.
Oh, he can't climb stairs, but he can jump. Oh, Jesus.
You know what would really help right now, Pig, if you had it?
Yeah?
Like some sort of like throwable like ball of fire.
Yeah, that's what I was just figuring out if it's safe to do that.
Is anything truly safe here, or is it just like safer than other options?
I mean, that is actually very valid. I do sort of wish I had a fireball.
I don't remember. I think these guys are weak to fire. The like 2 death spiders that are in the game.
Okay, I don't think he can get up here with his jumpies.
I don't think so. I think hitboxes are kind of a thing. But yeah, I know a lot of things in this area are weak to fire. Because of lore implications.
Yeah, the first flame and things.
This being like the hot seat of the first flame, and now it's been like betrayed and like bought out by, you know, the Abyss.
Yeah.
Or not the Abyss, the Deep, sorry.
I don't know where I took damage there, but sure.
Was it from the slimes?
It was probably from the slimes. That's a very good point.
I was gonna say, I'm rocking you at a solid 144p right now, so like...
You'll figure it out when you figure it out.
Oh, I mean, Cahill, for what it's worth, like, we'll still be slapping people with bare hands. That didn't, like, stop being a thing we're doing. We're just not doing it for Aldrich because he's weirdly resistant to slappage.
Aldrich is Ruby. Hey, chat, wasn't there something about me finding a pretty ring?
This is not that ring.
Oh.
That ring was from the giant possum that you hate.
Yeah, but this is a pretty ring.
That
Also,
ring's pretty. It's all gold and stuff. Well, it's brass, but whatever.
okay. Where's your... Oh. It was here.
Come on, pig.
Elite Knight, that's very kind of you. I mean, I'm trying to grow, so... time will tell, I guess.
Hold on, I got you, Cahill. Hold on, I'm a professional. Oh, where's this message?
If it's pick up a great club, I'm not going to.
He does that every night before bed, Cahill. He doesn't need to be doing that on stream. Husk, you're gonna have to be more specific than the chest.
So, what I'm hearing once again is don't slap Aldrich.
Yes, do not slap. He's very dangerous up close. He's worse in phase 2, and he's resistant to the slappa.
So fire is what I'm looking for here.
Yeah, fire, fire, fire. I mean, Cahill, everyone has a better time with Aldrich if you one-shot him. Massive improvement in game design. Husk, no. I'm letting him explore before we, like, do any sort of grocery shopping. I enjoy him having his own journey with his own, like, limitations and stuff. Because, you know.
Limitations? That's what I'm all
shit.
about.
I mean, I'm gonna point at the one weapon you have available.
Yes. You know what, Deacons? I'm actually not here for you.
Shockingly enough, you're not worthy enough to be my son.
Oh my lord. He's cool, apparently?
What's up?
Oh, I got... Wow!
Cahill, if he's already done this boss, why would he be fighting this boss?
My favorite
Unless you
food...
mean Gwendolyn, in which case... Hey, you said you at least fought her, right?
Oh, I beat Gwendolyn.
Okay. Cahill, I didn't know you meant in DS1. I thought you meant in 1 as in, like, one stream. And I was like, oh, I don't think so.
This is not New Game Plus, because that shall not be happening.
If it was, I'd do that in, like, DS2. Husk, he's in the fine health. It might look weird if he's not Ember, but that's fine. DS3 has a shorter health bar in general compared to the others, including Murder.
Paula, thank you for the Dutona.
How much? Do I have enough for dudes? Okay.
Stealth, I would love to.
Don't forget me.
And I won't forget you, Stitch. Hello, Winter. Well, I am a sun bro, Winter, so... that's still a potential thing.
I'm trying to think Because I think I sunbrowed specifically for dancer, but like low level dancer.
Oh yeah.
Because I did level 1 run. I did a level 1 run specifically to help other people who are trying to do early dancer. Because if you're doing early dancer, you're low level.
Ow! Jesus. Oh, so it's 4 attacks. I thought it was 3.
Oh, I mean, it's random.
Neat.
To be fair, Cahill, do you actually like do the Spider Lady Covenant, or do you just give her humanity you got elsewhere? Because like her Covenant's about invading, and I don't see you doing it. Even for the beloved Sunbreath. Because like I do her Covenant in that I do the quest. But not unless it's with like my bros. Oh, no, she doesn't care where her humanity's coming from. I'm just saying, like, doing her covenant can mean 2 different things.
Ah, dang it.
I can't see the health bar because, again, 144 P, but how far did you get?
I hit her 3 times. So,
yeah,
not
but how
far.
much health was that?
Like a quarter of her health, maybe?
Okay. Yeah, you're absolutely not doing bad. That's, like, better than most of my attempts at all. What's your ring setup looking like?
That's something I could probably switch up. So I've got the Great Swamp Ring for Pyromancies. I've still got Covetous Silver Serpent.
Yep.
I've got Chloranthe, and I've got Havel's Ring.
So hear me out conceptually. Maybe you don't need the Silver Serpent Ring
Yeah,
until after he's dead.
I'm just thinking that. Ow! Hey, guess who was here?
Yeah, he walks down the steps.
Will he go away if I run?
No, I don't
Because
think so.
there's 2 of him.
Hey, again with the racist thing, they're 2 different people. I know they look the same to you, but like they're not.
Anyway, rings. Increases fire attack, but compromises damage absorption. Doesn't seem great, but it's probably worth it for this fight.
Hold on. Which resistances does it drop? Is it all of them or just physical?
It doesn't say here.
It does. You have to toggle the menu.
Yeah. Just physical. Strike/thrust.
Well, good news. Aldrich has magic damage.
Even with his stabby?
His stab is the only move that is physical.
It's probably still worth it. Because
Maybe.
that's a pretty rare
It's
move.
like 15% damage.
But it's a pretty rare move. No fappering yet.
No, because we don't need it. It's mostly for physical builds. Like, what do you need stamina for? And what do you need equip load for?
Yeah, I'm aware, Cahill. I saw them because I told Max I wanted the ring, and Max told me where the ring was. And that is all Max told me, which, to be fair, is what I wanted.
Yeah. I mean, Cahill, if he's not running out of stamina, then, like, he's fine. And also, if he's running out of stamina, he's spam dodging, which is a skill issue, not like a ring would fix this kind of issue.
I mean, A, true, B, but my heart.
I said if, not like that you are doing.
Oh, I am,
I can't
though.
see your stamina bar, so I'm not here to judge.
I am entirely spam dodging. Should I be? No, of course not.
I was gonna say, one of my favorite things to bug Void about was like, did you need to dodge that, or did you just need to run away? Because one of those uses less stamina. and he hated hearing it because he knows that I'm right and that he's in the wrong and can't say shit. Sometimes you just need to run, not dodge.
Yeah, and I'm learning that, especially with her. Cahill, shut your fuck. I'm sorry, maybe that was a bit mean, but so were you.
No, I've got this. Cahill, shut your entire fuck.
I call Eldritch her by mistake because very feminine form.
I do too, but that's because, like, dear God. It's, like, so hard to keep my brain on, like, on track.
Also, Cahill, feel free to lore dump. Like...
Yeah, we've already talked about Aldrich and, like, everything.
Also, why do you think Max is here?
So cute.
Because I'm your friend?
I mean, yes. And to lore...
Cahill, wrong. Aldrich's pronouns are he, him. Every bit of lore says this. Aldrich is not two people. Aldrich is eating a different person. Gwendolyn does not suddenly go by Aldrich now. Gwendolyn is dying. How dare you?
Ow!
Every instance in the game uses he, him for Aldrich.
That went poorly. I mean, meaty, I try not to do it often, but if it's a special occasion, yeah.
I mean, personally, no. I've got restraint.
But like, you recognize...
I get it. Like, I see it.
Yeah. You know why a person might.
I'm friends with Lime. Like, just legally, I have to.
I do love Lime.
I adore Lime. She's got some stuff going on. Yes, Cahill. And if you notice, even in that sentence, you said Gwendolyn is sticking out. As in, they are two separate things. And yeah, Aldrich is technically at this point like a gross, soggy mess and then a pair of jaws.
Ew.
Cahill, you can find me all you want. I have literal lore and canon on my side with this one.
No.
Like, I'm not gonna back down off of this one.
Cahill, it's time to admit you're wrong.
When has he ever?
Aldrich...
Although I have seen people use pretty much any pronoun for Gwendolyn because nobody knows what to do. That part's my favorite.
Gwendolyn is she, her, right?
No, there's almost no pronoun usage, and it's a
Oh.
complex issue because Gwendolyn was like born male, raised female, and
because
like,
moon magic
they never
and...
suggest anything different because it's like the game's not about that.
Yeah. Untitled! Thank you for the raid! Heck!
Howdy, there's Elvie and a cutie.
Wait, why did you say LB twice?
How dare you? Cutie is also a second person, and I'm giving them a separate hello. Here's the secret, Pig. All 6 people that came in were cuties.
It's true.
Yeah, hi chat. Pig's currently fighting against Aldrich during what I can tentatively call a challenge run, where the only actual like weapon we're allowed is the Dark Hand. This is also his first playthrough, so this is going well.
The thing is, it's not going badly.
I'm not being sarcastic, it is going
Yeah.
well. Considering you don't know this game. Also, yes, Elvie Aldrich's people all the time. I've seen her do it, but like, I cannot stop her.
Oh boy, this just eats FP, unfortunately.
Yeah, I tried warning you about that.
You did. You didn't try warning me, you warned me.
Oh yeah. Pig about Xenoblade. Cahill, Pig doesn't hate Dark Souls 3.
No.
No, Elvie, stop. I would never... don't drag me into that.
So Eldritch is a bit on fire.
Yeah, I don't know which part of Lord Ascender you like misheard.
I mean...
Also, now she's using the Moonlight Arrows. Or, shit. One of them is using Moonlight Arrows, and I don't know which.
So, did Eldritch, like, steal moon magic from Gwendolyn?
Well, I assume, like, as you eat a god, you kind of get their powers, or they're literally just using their body, and it's more like their body has the powers. Also, Stitch has a question.
Hell
kind of
yes.
Stitch asks, well, technically, Stitch asks a statement with a question mark. That Pyra is Mithra's daughter.
That is untrue. Thank you, Elvie. And also, welcome.
Oh, we got this.
You know what? No, Max, you were completely correct. Fireball was the way to go there.
Yeah, I don't remember if I told you, like, the numbers on this, but, their dark resistance is 83% and fire is 22.
Oh lord, yes, that's the difference.
The lowest physical is 28. Like, fire is the way to go.
Elvie, I think that was my 4th attempt. So, I was really pleased. Hello, Cootie.
I think 4th because I think 1 was flawed and there were 2 genuine attempts.
That went well. Oh! I recognize this, I think. Is this... This is upstairs from... Let me just check.
Guess what it's time for, pig?
Yeah, Vort is down there. Oh.
Guess what it's time
son
for,
of a
pig?
Bitch.
So, I will give you one advice. Trust in the slap.
Okay. Lady, are you doing okay? I don't think you're doing okay. Try attacking. Should...
No, you don't need to. You can attack her in the start of the game.
Okay. I thought this was true. When... In Dark Souls, in all of these games, it tells you how many appraisals there are, but not whether they're good or bad.
Oh, absolutely.
Why?
Also, cuties is also relevant. Get groovy.
I will do my best. Eldritch has had dreams, visions, which is kind of in part what once made him a saint. Though through those dreams he can gain powers, like Gwendolyn's arrows, Nito's gravesword, and Priscilla's lifesteal. Devouring the gods only makes him stronger. Hell yeah.
You're skipping a step there, Cahill. The dreams don't give him power. Eating the gods does.
Minor quibble.
Is in your hands. Please save his
Though they
soul.
did make him a saint because of those dreams.
What he must be. Oh.
Oh. Rip?
Yeah. But yeah, he also had dreams of like rushing water and like.
Oh.
There's a lot of implications about water putting out fire.
I was just walking around.
Nope, you hit a prompt.
I didn't press a button though.
Elvie, he was sad.
I was heartbroken. I didn't press any buttons though. I just walked up to the statue.
Oh no, I'm saying you finished the prompt with her.
I wanted to heal first.
So she's coming in from Irithyll.
Just
also
like
where you were
Vort
coming
did.
from.
Oh,
And I don't like this imagery.
I hate the way she moves. So, how come she's still around if I beat the Pontiff? Or like,
Her
who's
power's not
sending
tied
her
to the
here?
Pontiff. She's just kind of insane. I'm more mad that she just doesn't have a lot of story, Cahill. Yeah, I was gonna say, she's following last standing orders. Which just happened to be like, make sure nobody gets into Lothric Castle. Oh yeah, Elvie. She is my favorite boss fight in the Soul series. By far.
God damn! I don't even know where the nearest bonfire is, because
It's
normally there's a bonfire like after a boss battle.
Yes, and there is. So the fun thing about this entire sequence is there is a bonfire by Aldrich, but when you have beaten the third Lord, it teleports you there.
Oh, no matter what order.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Because keep in mind what a side path you had to go to get to Yorm, and also that his place is a dead end. It doesn't unlock anything for you.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so if you do that one last, then you get teleported here as well. And you can fight Dancer before you fight any lords.
That's interesting. What am I hearing?
I'm hearing a dog whimper, but that's because I've got a different audio thing up.
I'm hearing, like, mechanical noises, which I wasn't hearing before.
Yeah, there are elevators.
Interesting. So there's more to explore here later.
No, you can explore now. There's not much, but there's stuff.
Okay.
I mean, Cahill, I can give you advice if you want to beat Early Dancer. She's not hard.
Also, Untitled, thank you for the raid. You have no reason to apologize. I appreciate you being
Yeah, thanks
here.
again for the raid. Yeah, if you go to the right of the bonfires, or the left, I guess it doesn't matter. There's just elevators over there. They take you up to Guinevere's chamber.
You take the elevator up and close the door?
What?
It's an old stupid song.
Oh, I thought I was just like misunderstanding something.
No.
Cahill, you lost me. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
If only I had a chest.
I don't know what Ted is. And also, I don't get to decide which boys Pig is and is not doing. Named or otherwise.
Ooh. I've got
also, Pig,
another
you got a request
pyromancy.
for a stretch.
Oh, I did. Thank you. I will stretch.
See, Stitch, he's just trying to focus. Bye, cutie. Thanks for stopping by.
Bye, Cootie. Much appreciated.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna point out, but I was like, I'm pretty sure you also have another ring that boosts pyromancies, but I think it's funnier if I make him risk his armor.
So this is just a better version of the
but they actually stack.
Oh.
Yeah, so like instead of having two, you can have like one of one and one of the other.
Nice.
I think it's like twice as effective as well, but I don't know how the math on that works.
Gradually restores HP. Hey, I can potentially use that in combination with my charm thing. My restoration, it's called, I think.
I thought it was called something really stupid and weird.
Replenishment. You were
Yeah,
correct.
that's the one. Beep boop. Oh, it is twice. So Great Swamp Ring is 12%, Witches is 25%.
Oh, wow.
And they multiply, so it's actually 40% if you have them both. And then even more if you do those two and Fire Clutch Ring. Like, if you want your fire to do some fucking damage, you absolutely can. Asterisk, that is very risky.
Yeah, because then you've got nothing else.
You have a 1 ring slot and dropped defense.
Yeah. I'm gonna go back to my big boom fire orb because my dark fire orb because I do like that.
I mean, you have a spare slot if you want to like put in basic fireball, so you have options, or combustion.
You're right though.
I don't know what spells you actually have unlocked right now, but like you've got like options in there. Okay, but Cahill, consider this game like looks like it doesn't want you to use fire.
And therefore, you should definitely use fire.
Absolutely.
So... Oh, I can just go to the Vort, bonfire. I'm assuming. I can't think of a closer one.
No, that is the closer one.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, Cahill. Like, my knee-jerk reaction would be like, things on fire tend to not care about fire. And yet here we are, where things are weak to fire because they're on fire, and usually they don't like being on fire. Also, yeah, Pig, go look at the sky.
It's quite red.
Mm-hmm. You done fucked up. So do you know about Bloodborne's, like, night progression?
Yeah, and how the moon eventually turns red, and...
There's, like, 3, I want to say, phase changes in Bloodborne, depending on, like, bosses that you've killed so far. Dark Souls does the same thing. You fucked up.
Interesting. Huh. But, like...
Sadly, you don't get the insight thing that Bloodborne does, but you get some interesting stuff.
But, like, not fucked up as in, I did something wrong in the game.
No, because you have to do this. The point of the game is to kill all of them.
Man, enemies here do not have any health.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Oh, no, I fully get it. But it's funny coming back here. And, like, the dudes who gave me so much trouble are a 2-hit kill if I don't do it right.
Yeah. Cahill, for what it's worth, you can be pretty like Griffith, just don't be like Griffith. Me and Peg were actually just talking about Berserk, what, like last night or the night before?
Elvi, there is no sun.
Yes, there is.
Which makes this very much like Dark Souls 1 in a way.
I mean, there is a sun.
Oh, I believe you.
Keep in mind what's blocking your way from the sun, though.
The entirety of this castle? It seems to be.
Lothric Castle. No, Stitch. No. No. Cahill is not Griffith. That's like not a cool thing to call someone.
Yeah. We do not stand Griffith.
I'd question people who do.
And you're right to. Griffith is up there among the worst fictional characters.
Yeah. Cahill, I love your, like, adoration of Berserk, and also being like, however the fuck you spell his name. Whoever. Also, yeah, you spelled it right, by the way.
Is Patches Griffith? You know what? That might be closer.
It depends on which game, because, like, Patches does have, like, minor changes in personality. Yeah, you got this, Pig. Yeah, Cahill, I'm, like, 1 degree away from just, like, blacklisting Griffith for a streamer, too.
Ow.
It's not the end of the world. Yeah, you can absolutely kick Dancer's ass.
Hi, Elden Ring. Good to see you here.
No, if you notice, Pig, she stopped attacking with that one attack, and then we were just good.
That's also a fair point. Ow!
That's because enemies in this game have stamina. Enemies in Elden Ring just don't, for some reason. They were like, that's a stupid mechanic. Enemies should be allowed to just keep going. Oh,
God,
50-50 KO,
range
like,
on
you
that.
have to intentionally tank stuff. You can't, like... BS3, you put a couple points into health and, like, you're fine. Elden Ring is like, if you're not constantly leveling health, like, you'll get 1 to 2 shots.
You know what, Stitch? Probably, but I don't know how intentional they are.
Pontiff Sullivan, he literally has a stand. What are you talking about?
Fair enough. First try. Anyway, let's go hand in these 117,000 souls. You were right, by the way. Dancer is not that bad.
Oh, yeah.
I was very scared of Dancer because this is where my brother quit the game. He could not get past this. It also
yeah, that's fair.
it helps, I think, that that I had a ranged dark spell. Because when I couldn't get close, I could still hurt her a lot. I suspect I'm missing like 1,000 Estus Flask shards.
Yeah, about 1,000. Yeah, Cahill, if you want to do early dancer, you just saw the build. Get Dark Hand, and then you win.
Punchies.
You just punch her.
Damn it, I need more Titanite chunks.
Ooh, I do not want this. Yeah, luckily you're gonna get a shit ton in Lothric Castle.
Oh, cool. Ooh, I can give him coals.
Like one of the reasons you use early dancer is to get chunks super duper early.
Ah.
Giant. Seems like ages passed. I imagine he's passing.
So Andre knew the giant. That's interesting.
I miss the old bugger, I do.
He helped anytime.
I'll be sure
Cahill, don't you have to get like all the way to Farron to get the Great Club?
I'll be smithing weapons. Never before seen.
I don't think you can call that early.
But a small service to pay my humble respects. Lords, where did you happen upon this coal?
I don't know, on the ground somewhere.
This is much too dark. I see the abyss in it. Yet, a smith I remain. I won't turn down a request.
My brain hurts.
Forget
Well,
not.
Also, I posted an important message in your meme
Your
chat.
fight is for the flame and for your fellow kin.
I'll check it in just a moment.
Okay, but Cahill, you said Great Club. Great Club and Large Club are two different things.
But hope remains. Does it not? Prithee,
I wouldn't be
careful.
picky if those weren't two
I don't
different
wanna
named
see my
weapons.
work squandered.
I was like, Great Club is specifically from one NPC. You can't get that early. You get it when you beat the NPC in Farron.
Now there are two of them? I assume two coals?
Two Great Clubs?
Dancer clapped. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. You think I don't have that shit on speed dial?
I'm not shocked that you do.
To be fair, have I told you why I have it on speed dial?
You have not.
So, my babyest sister, who I just realized the irony of me bringing up this story now, her name's Gwen, and I love her to death. But she's really into Five Nights at Freddy's.
That makes
And
sense.
I didn't realize it was her birthday, off the top of my head, because I'm just me. And it was like 10 o'clock at night, and I sent her the entire, the end monologue from, Pizzeria Simulator, which is like 2 minutes straight of dialogue, all as those texts.
Oh my lord.
And like, mind you, not all in one. Each line was one image, and I like spent 2 hours doing it.
A thing of beauty. LV, thank you for the Nobu, thank you for the rainbows.
Also, Cahill, yeah, that's what I was saying, is like, I guess most common reason to do early dancers for the Titanite chunks. The other reason is early, like, amounts of souls like that are way more beneficial.
I'm gonna need 5 more attunement to get another attunement slot, which just does not seem worth it.
The thing is, you're also gaining mana the whole time,
I
but
know.
it comes down to you. Like, how are you feeling about both your mana reserves, how many times you're having to swap spells around, excuse me, and how how much would it change you to have other stats?
The thing is,
Are you wanting more spells at once, or are you wanting more damage?
I'm wanting more
health.
damage and more health.
Yeah, because, like, think about it this way, right? If you know an area is weak to fire, do you really need to, like, suck it in a dark spell? Or do you just need both your dark and fire spells overall to be doing more?
Yeah, that's probably what it comes down to.
Because, like, having a bigger mana bar is one thing, and that is fair. But I think having more slots, I think you're good on. The only reason I would personally add more would be for, like, if you're getting a buff or two.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think I'm going to... I've got 5 levels. I'm going to put... Yeah. Put some into damage, put some into life.
I'm going to tell you about some resistances.
Sure.
So, you're about to go up against Lothric and Lorien, soon-ish. We've got some stuff in between, and I'm going to take you on a side quest, and this isn't negotiable. It's my stream now.
Okay.
But just so you know about Lothric and Lorien, because I know you're scared about them in the same way you're scared about the Dancer. Both of them have 2% resistance to fire.
Oh, okay.
You'll be fine.
Cool. Spend 110,000 souls to level up. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, that's worth a couple stats or whatever. Who needs them?
It is so funny how the game changes.
It is. You were talking about this like at the end of last stream. You were like, I just lost 10,000 souls and I don't care. It's nothing to me.
Whereas the first time I lost 10,000 souls was devastating.
But yeah, Lothric and Lorien are really funny to me. Because Lothric has a -20 to all physical resistances.
That's funny.
Because of lore.
Really?
And Lorien is... Yeah, there's actually like lore as to why he's weak as all shit to physical. Like, both of them are around 70% dark resistance, and Lothric specifically is -20 to physical.
That's really cool.
It is.
Also, can I turn Aldrich's soul into crossbreed Priscilla's scythe?
The spell.
Okay, but a spell that does what Priscilla does.
Yes.
That's so...
Except it doesn't do bleed, it does lifesteal instead.
But that's so
Cahill was saying
interesting.
that earlier.
Yeah.
It's specifically because it's implied that Aldrich ate her.
That's really cool. Again, Cahill, I don't think the visions is the primary thing here.
He had visions of a lot of things. I do love that him becoming a giant sludgy mess, wildly unrelated. That's just because he ate people, apparently.
So, the Dancer's Enchanted Swords, you get both swords?
Yes.
That's so cool. Ooh, Profaned Greatsword. That's obviously Pontiff stuff.
Okay, I'll read out the lore for all of it, Cahill, since you're going to be a little bitch about it. Aldrich's soul specifically. When Aldrich ruminated on the fading of the fire, it inspired visions of a coming age of the deep sea. He knew the path would be arduous, but he had no fear. He would devour the gods himself. Beep, boop, boop. We're going to go for Darkmoon Longbow, because that's what he actually uses during that fight. Longbow of Darkmoon Gwendolyn, who was gradually devoured by Aldrich. This golden bow is imbued with powerful magic, and is most impressive with moonlight arrows. Which facts, because the game has a thing where, like, if you use arrows that do a damage type, and the bow also does that damage type, it stacks like fucking crazy. The same thing goes for, like, buffing a weapon with a stat it already has. Boop, 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 boop. Aldrich dreamt as he slowly devoured the god of the Darkmoon. In this dream, he perceived the form of a young pale girl in hiding. That could also apply to Yorshka, which we talked about.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I just noticed.
Which, speaking of, is one of the better chimes for that spell.
Husk, I don't know if you were concerned before, but I hope my extra girthy... well, that was a way to put it. But my elongated... My very long, very thick health bar will be sufficient.
Pig did not find Yorshka.
But I know a place called that, so maybe I'll go looking quickly. I know this is your stream now, but
Oh no, I'm like progression-wise, it's my stream. I'm
Yeah,
telling
yeah.
you where we're going next. That's about it, and that's just because I don't want you to miss it. Like this isn't progression, so like you do you, darling. It's like the reverse of when I was like, oh no, when you get to the crossroads, you're doing you. You're gonna go to a crossroads, and I'm like, no, we're taking the side path.
Well, I'm upstairs. You know, I hoped I would find her here.
You're
Or
close.
anything.
Yeah. In fact, I told you what this room was.
I know.
Last stream,
I know. Now I've got to figure out how to get uppies.
and I had no reason to lie to you last stream.
Oh no, I don't think you're lying. I just have a terrible memory.
No, I know. I'm just letting you know, like, the bingo sheet was changed, so like I had no reason to lie if I was going to. Oh wait, actually we don't have that bingo sheet. We just talked about Yorshka.
Yeah.
For some reason I thought it was on the bingo sheet. And I
It
was like,
was
well,
at
now I
one
have reason
point.
to hide it.
I think.
Was it?
I don't know. It's all very confusing, Max.
Welcome to Dark Souls.
Well, I went up and I didn't find anybody there, so I give up.
I think we may have talked about, like, changing it.
God, this game unsettles me.
What do you mean? This isn't like a fun, light fair? This isn't like a jaunt in the park?
Weirdly, no. Weirdly, this makes me somewhat uncomfortable.
I do find it funny that this game became one of my comfort games.
It's interesting. Like, it's a minority of people, but there are chunks of people who feel that way. I would not like
I
to
don't
play.
know what happened in my brain to make me like these games. Like, everything in the world was against me playing and enjoying these.
And yet here you are.
Yeah, now I'm like, hee hee, casual speedrunner.
Cahill, I weirdly have no interest in Slime Rancher. It ticks
That's
all
more
of the
shocking.
boxes in theory, but then does not.
You know what? I know why I don't like Slime Rancher as much. You know how Apico was about, like, exploring and, like,
Yeah,
figuring out what combinations of bees did what and, like, optimizing everything for them?
I do.
Slime Rancher is very, it doesn't matter what you mix with what, and you put them in a box and look at them for a while. Like, it's not much more complicated than that. And that's, like, not as interesting to me. Like, it is a comfy game in theory, it's just not my kind of comfy.
Yeah, I get that.
Like, it's 1 degree away from an idle game. Where, like, my one job is to get food, and at that point you can still make a farm and, like, be fine.
Yeah.
The sequel looks interesting, though. I've got the early access version of it. I think my brother gifted it to me a while back, and I haven't played it in a long time.
I got a Fire Witch helm.
Pog. It's a shame you're all wrapped up in this whole Solaire thing.
Yeah.
Boop 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 boop.
It feels like fire is very much my thing, and yet.
So, which pieces of your armor are not Solaire technically?
I think my trousers.
Okay. Cahill, wrong. The sun is plasma. I can get you
Wrong.
the shield.
The sun is a
You don't
deadly
use
laser.
it. I thought the sun was a ball of gas. Incandescent, in fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, Cahill. Maybe Cahill, I wouldn't hate you as much if you realized that and then decided maybe I shouldn't type misinformation in chat. Because, like, you're acknowledging that you knew this and decided to lie anyway.
Somebody mentioned there was like an Estus Flask shard in Anor Londo, so I'm gonna see if I can grab that.
Yeah, I think, you know how you went through the left side and then, like, came back out through the castle?
Yeah, try the right
I think
side.
if you go up the right side, that's where that is.
Cool.
but I think you have to go in the building and then go up the right side. I think the normal right side's blocked off.
Oh, okay, okay.
Feel free to check, because I don't remember. But Cahill, if you don't inform people on Plasma, their blood's gonna be wrong.
How will they know about the second coolest state of matter?
The first is Tennessee.
Sure? Max, I hope I've made it clear how much I adore you.
Thank you. I'm glad that I find me funny, and that you adore me, even when I'm making shitty jokes. I didn't know what your first favorite state of matter was, and I panicked.
Well, I'm the kind of nerd who says Einstein Bose condensate.
Boson D's nuts, pig.
Chat, can we get some hyperclaps in chat?
No, do not clap that. Go clap Dancer on your own files. So to get the leggings, you do need the seed of a giant tree. No, chat, please. Ow, I actually made myself cry from laughing. Also, before anyone gets worried about my ego, it's not that I was like literally crying. I laughed enough to like slightly tear up, and my eyes are sensitive to my own tears, so I start like sobbing as soon as that happens. It's really dumb.
God damn it, door.
But yeah, if you remember the tree that's outside of Firelink, if we go check that for a seed, we give that to our lovely snuggly crows.
Pickle Pea and Pumper Rum.
Those are the same ones, yes.
So, question I wanted to ask a while ago. Yorm the Giant.
Oh, my beloved darling.
Oh, my beloved fucker. I hate him. And it's not his fault, it's the game's fault. Game decided not to tell me how to play a game. Anyway. He looks very different to the Dark Souls 2 giants. Is he a giant as in a member of the giant race, or is he a giant as in a big person? Or is there a distinction between the two?
So, yes, he's a giant from DS2. I can give you the lore tidbit, but you're not gonna like it.
I like lore, so...
Yeah. Yorm is the descendant of an ancient conqueror, but was asked by the very people once subjugated to lead them, serving as both a weighty blade and a stone hard shield.
Oh, okay, so he's literally one of the... Okay.
Like, that's what that sounds like to me, personally.
Oh, no,
like,
absolutely.
But there's more lore to Yorm that you didn't quite get to see all of because of problems. I'll read off the various souls and such.
I don't know how to get
Yorm
over
is
to
the
that
yeah,
side.
so his soul was the one that had that description, which to me personally makes it sound like he survived the literal genocide, and like literally, because he's a Lord of Flame, joined the side of the gods. Which is not like the coolest. Oh yes, Cahill. The problem was not that giants aren't one race, like yes, and also DS2's entire plot revolves around their entire genocide. The fact that there's a giant in this game is confusing to some. But people also forget that, like, genocide doesn't mean, like, literally all of them are gone. It's, like, their culture is gone. Like, there's no way for them as an overall people to survive. And so, like, yeah.
But there can still be individuals.
Yes, I did that as a plot point in my last D&D campaign, where I told Copper offhandedly by accident, like, oh, by the way, you're the last gnome. She's like, what? I'm like, yeah. Everyone just assumes you're a halfling, but, like, you're not. She's like, wait, how am I the last one? I'm like, do you know how this works? There's no more. She's like, well, how was I made? I'm like, your parents were gnomes. What do you mean, how? She's like, but what if I have kids? I'm like, if you have kids, they'll be half gnomes, which is not a gnome.
So, for anybody who's wondering what's happening, I'm trying to get over to the right side of this castle.
Like I said, I don't actually know for sure if that's where it was. I just know there's not a lot in this place. Like, I'm pretty sure it's just both of them. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to Yorm lore real quick.
Please
Yorm
do.
once lumbered on the front lines with a great shield, but one day, in place of his shield, a left-handed notch was added to his machete, enabling the smashing techniques that would become the legacy of his later years. And then his great shield itself, as Aslord, Yorm risked everything and fought unflinchingly as a one-man vanguard, because duh, look at him. Following the loss of the one he wished to protect, he forsook his shield.
Aww. Man, now I wish the game hadn't made me hate him.
And do you know about the lovely, 2 different, Storm Rulers?
I know that, that Sigurd had one.
Yes, it is an actual item that you didn't get,
Yes.
because you have to, like, have him survive.
Yes.
I believe the normal description's the same, but it also has, Yorm the Giant once held 2 of these, but gave one to the humans that doubted him, and left the other to a dear friend before facing his fate as a Lord of Cinder.
That's so cool.
His best friend was, in fact, Sigurd.
I'm waiting, LV. LV.
Could you be more specific, LV?
Let's say I'm willing to trust you.
If it's on where this last shard, well, not last shard, but on where this shard is, like, yeah. If it's about Yorshka, then, like, don't.
Goat?
Unless they're the same, I don't actually remember.
Goat?
Again, my brain's silly and, like, I don't remember which is which.
I don't know which spiral stairs you mean. No, I'm listening to you. Oh,
No,
it's
Elvin was
right.
just gonna lead you to Yorshka.
Oh,
No, so I pulled up where the shard is, because this is driving me insane.
it's right over here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I just pulled it up and it's like, oh, it's before the fog wall.
The amount of
luckily-
time I spent.
No, I know. To be fair, I did go like, oh, I think it's over there.
Max, in your defense, that's where I assumed it was.
Yeah, I also just don't get all the Estus shards because you normally don't need like all of them.
Yeah.
It's nice to have them, but like I'm usually speedrunning and I don't need all of them. The shit
Honestly,
that kills me is not stuff that would be prevented with another Estus.
yeah. That is a general thing with low-level runs.
I don't know if I do low level. I just speedrun, which is like slightly underleveled.
Fair enough.
But we also use Silver Serpent Ring. Well, I do.
Oh yeah, I've taken that off.
What is that fucking...
LV will definitely do Yorshka at some point. We just may not do it today.
She's literally just an NPC. There's no quest. She gives you a covenant we're not using, and like that's it.
I still want to see her.
Oh yeah, like feel free to, but like she doesn't like do anything for us, and that's why I'm like, if you don't find her on your own, then I'm not
Be
super worried
careful.
about it.
I don't.
I'm also trying to remember. That's right. I can't remember
LV,
this.
why would that matter? I'm a married man. I'm a married tomato. Oh, you can't see my
Yeah,
face.
remember? He's married to Henri. If Pig's anything, he's faithful. Then LV, like, I can agree she's cute, but I'm also gay and spoken for, so like I'm chill, and Pig's married, so.
Ooh, I could wear the brass leggings.
You can sell pretty much all of this armor. Did you go check the Giant's Tree?
I did not. Although, you may... I feel like I did it before, but we'll see.
Oh, no, LV, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think she's cute, but like, eh?
And yet, LV, there you sit. Cute.
Gonna just make a quick executive decision. See, Cahill fucking gets me. I said that last stream.
You did. Seed of a Tree of Giants.
Yay! Now you can go give that to Pickle P and or Pumperum.
See, I feel like I already did this. It's weird.
You didn't. Because it gives you the leggies.
Maybe I
We
already have
checked
the
for
leggies
it,
and I
because
forgot.
the way that you get it is by being invaded repeatedly.
Ugh. Where are you, Seed? There we go. Leave, not discard.
Bumperum, 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 bumperum.
I was gonna say, I can give you a list of things that we have dropped down, such as Siegbrow, a Homeward Bone, a Lightning Urn. I believe we've given both types of fire bombs.
Iron leggies? They're worse than my current ones for physical.
You're the one that wanted them. You use whatever you want to.
Yeah, but the thing is, now I can do like a full cosplay.
So getting the shield's gonna be a bitch, because it's gonna be like farming a drop.
Yeah, but I don't use a shield. I don't care about that.
Exactly, that's why I'm like, we can get a shield, but like, we're not gonna see it. Meaty, crows can make P sounds.
Yeah. They don't produce most of their sounds the same way humans do.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, just because humans do it that way doesn't mean all animals that can talk do it that way.
Have you ever seen a video of a chimp saying, "Will you marry me"?
No.
So-
and I don't think I want to. Chimps kind of terrify me.
Oh, correctly so. So scientists did this thing. They looked at a chimp's voice box and they identified that like the reason chimps don't talk is a brain issue. They've got all the same mechanisms. So they basically made a very accurate anatomical model of a chimp's voice box and made it say the creepiest phrase they could choose for it, which is "Will you marry me?" And
The thing is, like, the voice box isn't usually the big problem with speaking.
correct.
It's usually like mouth shape and stuff, because like, if you think about when you're talking, you're mostly just like putting force through voice box. Like, it's not more complex than that.
Yeah. So from Dancer, I can get to.
Yes, you can climb up that ladder and take a cheeky little left.
To get to, not exactly where the Twinses are, but
Oh, we've got a while before Twinses. You're safe. You're safe for like a long while. But we're gonna get you another Estus shard.
nice.
There are 2 that are in this area, and those are gonna be like.
Don't do that.
Hi. So I didn't want to point this out, but that's the Elite Knight armor set.
Oh, that's not a statue, is it?
I don't know. If
It's-
I'm gonna be honest.
It's bleeding quite profusely.
Yeah, but it looks pretty statuey.
It does.
I don't know about you, but like, usually when I personally decide to bleed out, I usually like move
Fair enough.
and make some sort of noise.
To be
Yeah,
fair,
rocks bleed sometimes.
Henri didn't make a noise when I stabbed her in the face.
True. Although her sword, or not her sword, your wedding sword, sure did get some goop all over it.
It did.
God, I wish we could have used that sword.
So the Twinses are always the last. The last
No,
lord.
no.
Oh,
No. You
Oh,
can do early
no,
dancer.
Right, you said. So what's the trigger for the dancer being available?
When you kill that lady, you get the Basin of Vows. That item is technically the trigger for dancer.
Oh,
And
okay.
I know this because I've also played randomizers. And killing her does not guarantee you fight the dancer.
That sounded suspiciously dragony.
What makes you think that?
I don't know, this being Dark Souls?
Yeah, but the dragons are extinct.
That didn't stop them before.
I mean, name
This is-
like 2 real dragons.
Seed?
Yeah, what happened to him again?
I don't remember. I wasn't involved.
I was somewhere else.
That
Also,
was my
Sabs,
ancestor.
Sabs of all people saying dragon these nuts, just absolute perfection. I hope you know I adore you, darling. Oh, I meant to go look something up and I don't remember what it was. Shit. Oh, that's not good. I remembered. We're good. I was
Good.
gonna pull up my cheat sheet for items that we were gonna look for.
Time for rolling. Try fire. You know what?
Yeah,
I'll take
fire is
your
really
advice.
good here.
Oh. Hmm. Oh.
Are you excited?
Why am I getting poisoned?
Because this is like the 4th swamp in this game. What's a swamp without poison?
Why are there more poison swamps?
Because it's Dark Souls 3, and as much as I love this game, it does have the most poison swamps in it.
That looks like the thing that was in Udex.
Oh, the Pus of Man, yeah. I love that that's your go-to and not the Pus of Men that you have fought before.
In my defense, I forgot about that.
Yeah, they're very weak to fire. When you hit them, they'll get stunned.
And they're very strong to dark.
Yeah.
Oh, this is toxic. This is not just poison.
Yeah, this is advanced darkness.
Man, that took a lot of hits. Tight
Yeah.
Night Chunk, my beloved. By the way, Max, I have to say, thank you. There have been several
Why?
occasions where replenishment has saved me on like 1 HP.
Yeah, replenishment's just really convenient, and I'm really sad that I slept on it. Especially because, like, it takes almost no investment to use. Like, it does not scale with anything, and therefore, you can cruise.
Yeah.
That's also why, in my notes, I'm like, oh, you can get the stronger one if you really feel like it, but, like, it's more investment, and It's because, like, sometimes you just need a little bit of a heal over time.
Yeah.
This game thrives on you just not regenning HP at all. And yeah, especially with like this game specifically having as much poison as it does just everywhere, it's really nice to just have a no button.
God damn. These dudes are insane. I underestimated his ability to take a single step forward. Damn it. And I know
I'm trying
for
to think if I have any tips about him, and I don't think I do. Other than like I can just tell you his moveset, but I don't know how I normally deal with these people.
I'm assuming run past.
I mean probably, but I usually run past this entire area. I hate this place.
Oh, good.
There's a shortcut I usually shortcut I normally sprint to, that lets me skip a lot of it. And then it's just like the boss and then like the next area. LV. I don't know, but I know that I've played all the Borderlands games, so probably. Yeah, I was gonna say, Borderlands writing hasn't been good since like 2. And that was a very long time ago, and even that, like, calling 2 good is weird.
I saw somebody say that Borderlands is the only game that they've ever fallen asleep while actively playing. So they're sure it will be a really good experience when they're sitting in a dark room, unable to speak, with like nice low temperatures.
It's just weird to me. By the way, where are you going, Pig?
Well, I saw these dudes and I thought I would show them the business.
LV, I don't want to make this a thing, but like 3 has such awful, awful writing, specifically for its women, that like I just couldn't call that game okay. Oh no, Joshua. Also, hi Joshua. Yeah, the game is like fine enough. I'm specifically saying like, if you're not watching a movie for the story, like what are we here for? And so I'm talking about Borderlands' story. And yeah, that's what I was gonna say, Beba. Like 1 and 2 were really good for their time, and a lot of 2 kind of boils down to like Claptrap just going, "Lol, I'm so random and annoying. Isn't that funny?"
I hoped, I dreamed, it was not to
What,
be.
that you'd get to kill him?
No, that this dude would be a permakill.
Oh god, no, Pig. I usually warn you when there's permakills.
I know you do. Also, this dude forgot I exist. So that's nice of him. Consumed King's
That's
Garden.
the thing though, Joshua. I don't trust Rotten Tomatoes, personally. Their reviews are kind of whatever.
Oh, this is interesting. This is a
It's
good
like top
sniping
area?
spot. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's really interesting.
Ooh, that's a big ol' item. That's an Estus shard.
I mean, Sabs, I don't know how to tell you this, but I think Fried Green Tomatoes might be rotten too. He killed his wife and also looks like this.
To be fair, I do believe that's just how you do it here.
It might. I don't know. I haven't seen any other marriages.
Ow!
It can be unripe and also rotten. Just look at Bink. He was rotten from like 2 weeks old.
God damn!
Drum, I would trust a cherry tomato, but like, as a broad statement, it would still be on an individual basis. I've had like way too many like a cherry tomato that I trusted like more than I should, and then my stomach turned upside down.
I don't like tomatoes.
I adore tomatoes, but like, I've also eaten them since I was a small child, because both my grandmothers used to grow them.
Max, I forget. Do you have any Italian heritage?
I do!
Yeah, it sounds
That's
like it.
wildly unrelated.
I don't know. Both grandmothers mothers growing tomatoes feels very Italian American to me.
No. I'm way less Italian than I am most things. I'm like mostly Bulgarian, and then after that I'm Cherokee, and then after that it's probably like Irish, and then after that who cares?
Okay.
Like Bulgarian, I can like point to like, I think it's my great granddad and be like, he immigrated. And then Cherokee, I can point to my granddad, I think, granddad or great granddad, be like, he's Cherokee. And then you can just look at my family and be like, oh yeah, I can see the Irish in there. Also, yeah, tummy is not built for tomatoes for most people. My granddad was like severely allergic because they were just too acidic.
Chad, I think I found a solution.
Is it run away?
It is! Max, you're so smart.
Well, no. No, that's fair, Trom. Ooh, I do remember I needed to look up something that I forgot. Ba-da-ba-bum. Well, I looked it up, but I forgot, like, what the answer was. Bum-bum-bum-bum. Oh, that's deals, not week 2. So good news.
Uh-huh.
Both your damage types are going to do about the same damage.
That is somewhat good news.
You would think, right?
I'm assuming that's not much.
It's more like this dude only has one real weakness and we don't have it. Like, I think... no, they
Camera,
don't
my
seem to be the same.
lord!
Also, yeah, Beba, I'm very much the opposite with that. I'm not a huge fan of, like, chunks of cooked tomato in things. But that's me with most vegetables. I get that sensory issue, and I'm like, no, raw vegetable, please.
Okay. Well, one fucker down. Fortunately, I feel like there's not much I can do to pre-damage fucker number 2. I was correct.
I mean, you'd be able to free aim, but given you haven't done that all game, I wouldn't recommend trying it. Nikki, as long as you made yourself laugh, then you're doing a great comedy.
I'm genuinely of the opinion that all the best comedy is for the person telling the joke.
Even if it's not, laughter's contagious.
Also
And
that.
usually the people watching you already like you, so like even if they don't think the joke is funny, your laughter is usually enough to make people happy.
Yeah.
It's the greatest loophole I've ever found, which is just say dumb shit that I think is just hilarious, and then start cackling.
It works very well.
It does, because I really love saying dumb shit. I mean, exactly, Nikki. You say bad, but if it's amusing you, it's not bad. Also, if you're looking for the shortcut to this, I can let you know where that is. I like
Please.
suffering, but not
Oh
like
my
that.
lord, there's sounds?
Oh yeah, there's sounds. If you leave like this palacey area, like this small square,
Yeah.
and immediately head left and like hug the left wall, you'll find a room.
I assume that's Lothric?
Oh god, nobody. No. I told you, Lothric and Lorien are like a ways away. We're like at least 2, if not 3
Oh.
bosses away.
Oh, that makes me less happy.
No, Lothric and Lorien are basically just dudes.
So
But yeah, I looked at your Estus and I was like, you're gonna want to maybe have more.
Oh, is it through that door there?
Yeah, you can just like sprint in there. There's an elevator.
Neat.
Yeah, you actually get to fight a lovely parent and offspring duo.
I'm trying to think. I've watched this game and I can't quite remember who that is. My immediate thought is Sister Frida, but A, I know that's not father and daughter, and B, I know that's in the DLC, right?
Is that not father-daughter? I don't know Frida lore. And also, yeah, it's DLC. Hold on. Now I'm curious about what they're, like, who those two even are, because, like, I've only fought them, like, 3 or 4 times.
Oh my lord, I don't even know where I am.
You're fine. If you just go up and, like, forwards through this, you'll find the shortcut door. Oh, you know why I probably assumed that? It's because, Ariandel's, like, the father, but, like, probably more in, like, a clergyman sense.
Oh, yes, that makes sense.
I just didn't, like, look into it. I think my brain might be just bad. I do not retain shit like I'm supposed to.
That's fine.
I also get her mixed up with Maria all the time, but I think that part's fair. Lady Maria from Bloodborne, let's see who that is.
Yeah.
God, I love her fight.
Lady Maria is, like, in the church tower kind of thing?
She's in the clock tower.
Clock tower.
Yeah, because after you beat her, you get, like, the sigil for the clock tower, and then you just fucking walk through the face.
That's so cool.
It's so great, and especially when, like, everything up to this point has been, like, disgusting monstrosities, and she's just like, oh no, bitch, I'm just here. Yeah, fighting Frida was definitely memorable.
Oh!
I feel like it's easier than I always think it is. Yeah, now you can just bump fire.
That is much better. Man, I do like this game, and it's kind of... Opening up a shortcut is as much progress as, like, killing a thing.
Yeah. Also, LV, excuse you, it's not just in the clock tower. That's Maria's clock tower.
Yeah. Oh my lord, no poison swamp.
Oh, that's interesting. Apparently Frida, like, the reason it's Sister Frida is, apparently, like, the same place that, like, Yuria and Yol are. Which just is of Londor, but, like, you know that.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Sabs, I can't believe you're untransing my headcanon. I actually don't know about, like, a lot of lore about the DLC for, Bloodborne. What? No, you guys don't have to apologize, I'm just joking around. I don't know how you guys could take fucking Maria's cock tower seriously out of me, of all people. Well, you should take it seriously, but, like, have fun with it.
But I still have to fight 2 fuckers.
But yeah, if you talk to Yuria after you get the soul of Sister Frida, she's like, oh, that was the soul of my sister, Elfrida. And then she's just like, a poor wench turned to ash. I'm like, alright, you can calm down there.
God. Why do these games love being depressing?
The themes.
That is a valid answer. Oh, no, this is not too far down.
Right, LV? Pig when the souls actually are dark.
Oh lord.
Look.
Consumed King. I think I know who this is.
I mean, you're in the Consumed King's garden.
Yeah. And I know somebody called the Consumed King.
Yeah. He out here munching. To be fair, you're also fighting his offspring. But they don't want you to know that.
I always get confused this dude with Ludwig from Bloodborne.
That's fair, actually. They do fight very similarly, like surface level. I thought you meant Ludwig the streamer. I'm like, that's not very nice.
Finally taken notice, have you?
It is, Chris. Welcome.
Alive
Well,
This
thank
is
you for
where
the news.
Sabs says the pain is.
dragons.
So he's not a dragon properly.
I will not give him.
What makes you say that?
Well, the dragons are extinct. He looks like he's, like, infused with dragoniness or something.
Sabs, I love you. Like, fuck, he's a dragon. I mean, that's one of the... Chris said Revolver Ocelot's at it again. Oh, I love your chat. They're the funniest.
They are.
I mean, it comes down to, like, whether or not you believe NPCs, and whether or not you care about, like, textbook definitions of what a word means. Osiris calls himself a dragon. So that...
Ow!
Also, I'm gonna drop you some lore after you win or lose. Oh no, LB, there's more than a sound file. I was gonna talk about that as soon as Pig was like free.
What could you possibly fear?
And yeah, I can give you some advice if you ever need it, and if you don't, I'm fine to have you do this your way, because like there's always a balance to this.
My dear little Ocelot.
Yeah, I like the concept art of them. I'm gonna post it in the Discord if anyone wants to see.
Please do.
Where's the gaming channel?
It's in the Media Meadows.
No, I know, I'm saying for my own, like, I have to
Oh.
find it every time. Yeah, I like his concept art. His wings are a lot more, like, translucent and, like, ephemeral. Excuse me. But he pretty much looks the same as he does in the game.
Which is very cool. It's very rare.
Oh, yeah. A lot of these enemies, you can see, like, noticeable differences. Partially because they're actually, like, still, and you do not see them still at all. But, like, some stuff is just like, I'm not putting that in here. I'm not animating that, fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like his wings more in the concept art, but I also understand putting that in the game. And possibly wouldn't look good in his lighting either. LV, I don't think Sabs claims this one. And also, whoever they call daddy is none of my business. Because I'm just never sure on what way that LV means that word. You're doing fine, bud. Just don't panic.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to use your Ember for a heal if you need to. Just remember, it's got a long windup.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Sabs, is your dad the one that's like into a window into the past? You got this, Big. You got him on the ropes.
Unfortunately, I am on those same ropes.
Yeah, but that's just Dark Souls.
Hey!
Did you just fucking first try this boss, motherfucker?
I did.
I want to like put like an extra bonus point on that part of the bingo sheet. This was the one that Sabs was like really, really frustrated with, and I was like, I could help. Stay in the taint, and he can only do like 2 attacks.
So, oh, what a cruel message. Could this be a mob enemy, so to speak? Huh, it's a regular. No, it's not. That's 2 enemies.
So, here's the thing. Because of the way they did this, it's hard to tell if Consumed King specifically refers to like him being consumed by madness and him not having a child, or he ate it.
The thing is, I could hear something crying.
Right? But also, the really interesting thing is, there are files for an actual infant that he holds, and there's an animation for it squashed on the fucking ground.
And
I'm like, you know what? I can probably see why they didn't get to keep this one in.
And he's like cradling something for a large part of that.
For the first phase, yeah. And
Yeah.
then the second phase, he gets frustrated and mashes it into the ground. Like, he's not technically cradling anything, but that kind of leads to like, oh, you're crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Savs, yeah. Like, I'm not one to speak on your emotional state or anything. I just meant like you were talking about it. And I was like, yeah, the fact that Pig's one-shot this one is wild.
Here's the thing. I one-shot the Crystal Sage, but it's the Crystal Sage.
I was going to say,
this is the one that
where it's like,
counts.
if you do it early, it's not as easy as everyone thinks. And if you do it when everyone else does it, then like, yeah, why is this even a boss?
But this is the one that counts for first time. For me, at least.
Yeah, like spiritually. But yeah, feel free to progress. I'm reading more up on Sister Frida, and I think she's way more fascinating than I gave her credit for.
You are,
If you use the Lothric War Banner, apparently it aggravates her.
That's fascinating.
Because she's from Londor.
It's speculated that the child is like Priscilla and is invisible. Well,
I mean, Elvie, that's what I'm saying though, is like, it's speculated a bunch of things because it's like...
Nothing's confirmed.
Yeah, like, it's so left into like a weird spot, which wouldn't have been weird if they were allowed to let him mash that baby directly into the stone.
But also, like, even in Dark Souls, that feels a step too far.
I don't think it does for Dark Souls. I could see going like, we can't promote this game. It has mashed baby in it. Yeah, Chris, that's the thing. Like, all the clones for the Crystal Sage do full fucking damage. Like, way back in Demon Souls, they had a boss like that. But the difference is, one of the tells to find her is that she uses the one strong spell and the others do chip damage. This one, like, nope, they all do full damage, fuck off.
You just have to look at the colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy with my health. I was surviving things that I wouldn't have survived before. Let's hit harder.
Yay. We've got... By the way, I fulfilled my promise. We at least got to see 2 bosses today.
We did. And we've got, like, more than an hour left, so...
Which means you're definitely going to see the 3rd. Which is also what I promised. Yeah, if you go back to Osiris, we can progress through there, because we got some cool stuff.
Wait a minute. I picked up an Estus shard.
Yeah. I hope everyone in chat knows where we're going next.
Just wasn't
Everyone in chat, man.
I'm also trying to keep Pig very far away from Lothric and Lorien, because I'm worried he's going to panic. And the more we do before then, the more prepared he'll be. What? Oh, Nikki, we can go to McDonald whenever Pig feels like he wants to go fight 2 Possum, but like, I'm only gonna let him make that decision.
Is that McDonald's now?
No, they're defending Archdeacon McDonald. Nikki wants to go to McDonald's. However, I have to make a lore joke about it.
I'm very proud of you, Max.
Thank you. Sabs, we'll be going there after this. After these messages.
This is...
We have to go home.
So, are these Hollow Knight lore tablets? Is this like the history of the city? Because these don't look like gravestones.
You'll see.
Okay.
But we do have to go visit our homeland before we can go meet Sab's family. There's an important item in here that for some reason is an item.
Oh, be wary of right.
I mean, I'm American, I have to. Oh yeah, Sabs. You gotta wrap them shits up.
Yeah. Just
Where
like some
are
wax paper will do the job. Or some parchment paper, even.
I always think those are the same thing. And then I
Yeah.
got into baking and I was like, oh, I don't know the difference, but I know to follow what it tells me.
Path of the Dragon.
Yeah, that gesture is an item for some reason. But we need that for later.
So
It's an emote.
I can sleep. That's not what I wanted.
Yes.
I can sleep and I can sit.
Mm-hmm. You can have a special sit.
Ooh, that's a meditate sit.
Yeah, if you look at the corpse you picked this off of, they're doing that.
They did it for a long time.
Yay. LV, you were told to only take one of them. Nikki, that's Pig's face when he sit on him nuts.
I think this is a good chest. It is.
It is a good chest. You can tell from the chain.
Yeah, I just couldn't remember which chain was good.
Which one looks like it got ripped off? There's your answer. Go behind the chest.
Oh, what a weird place to put an illusory. I mean, it's Dark Souls. Anything can be an illusory.
Oh yeah. The fact that they have like an entire area and boss behind here is wild to me.
Yeah.
You ready to go home, Pig?
Yo, is this where I think it is? Is this where I woke up?
You asked, how are we supposed to get here? This is how you actually get here.
Okay, that's cool. Also, it's very dark.
Like the Souls.
Yeah. But I was not expecting it to be quite so like the Souls.
Also, props to you for making it all the way back to the start of the game with exactly 100 deaths.
Yo!
Chat, can I get a round of applause for Pig for making like the most thematically appropriate stream series? Thank you, Nikki.
Thank you, Nikki.
Yeah, this place has a lot of weird lore because nobody quite knows what's going on here.
So is this the same place? Or is this
It
like...
is the same place.
Because it's all differenty.
Hi, Cahill. We're home. What do you mean, what have I done? Pig doesn't want to fight Lothric and Lorien right now, so we're going home. And yeah, this is another boss where like you can do whatever. Technically your dark hand or your dark stuff is gonna do more, but like it's negligible, you can use whatever.
Ashen Estus Ring? Increases FP restored. Okay, that's cool. And presumably there's a normal Estus Ring which increases HP restored.
Yes. Do you remember where that tower is where we go up to go see Pickle Pea and Pumperum?
Yeah?
You remember where Patches locked you in? I was like, you're gonna have to jump, and then you
Oh, and where
one
I
of those
passed
drops
it.
in there is the ring, and one of them is the Firekeeper's outfit.
That's cool.
Also, yeah, Cahill. This is gonna be one of those, like, chat, just sit back and enjoy.
If it makes you feel better, chat, I'm enjoying.
Yeah, you say that now.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm having more fun than I was previously. But also, like, I like hanging out with my good friend Max.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Chris, I knew all of chat would know where we're at. Yeah, no, I enjoy my time here. I just also entirely get that visceral hatred
Oh, jeez.
Hi, puppies.
These guys hit hard.
Yes. I don't think there's any advice other than you're not required to fight those.
Yeah.
Like, some will chase you and some won't, but there's no, like, true reprieve.
Yeah, I just wanted items.
No, that's fair. Like, I've thrown many bodies at items just because I want them. Cahill, I'm doing what I was asked of. I don't feel guilty when I warn people and then they're like, no, I know what I want. And I'm like, alright. It's why I don't really feel guilty for writing Pig's D&D campaign the way that I did. I'm still sorry. I'm sorry to Pig constantly. And he's always like, what for? And I'm like, I can't tell you, but it's there. I was sorry to Pig for a video I made. And he was like, no, it's good. Disregard the tears. I'm like, no, I know. Same. I cried while making it. Like, guilty versus sorry, though.
Yeah.
One of those implies that I've done something wrong, and one of them implies that I feel like I did something wrong. Stitch, you're adorable. I like you. I'm glad to see you around.
Yeah, me too. Stitch is one of my favorite peeps.
Oh, that's right. This boss is the one that does the heal read. I can never remember which boss does that.
Excuse me?
Yeah, so he has a lovely thing where, like, he'll stop in the middle of a combo just to tackle you.
If you're trying to heal.
Stitch. Yes. Like, you use technically, it's if you use an item, but it reads all items as Estus and it tries to punish them.
No, thank you. No, thanks. I can live without that.
You know what? I don't think we need those Twinkling Titanites.
I've got a funny feeling that my build is not going to be broken by not having enough of those.
Oh no, we can't... Trying to think of anything we even would consider using, and like, nope, not ringing any bells.
Yeah. I've got some chunks, which is nice.
Sadly,
Cahill, that's a
Cahill-
lie.
Cahill, you're not good at lying. When have chunks ever, although that would be fucked up to require a specific number of, like, Twinkling Titanites for progression.
Okay, so I know
that
who
was
the
right.
boss was before. Is this just Super Saiyan Udex Gundyr?
No, because that implies that he grows hair.
Okay.
I can tell you straight up. So it is Champion Gundyr, which is like, imagine if Gundyr never got corrupted by the Deep.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's awful. It's great when you know it, and awful when you don't. But yeah, he's not, like, weak or resistant to any of your stuff, so, like, you're chill. Cahill, we're already playing Dark Souls. Everything's out of time.
Yeah, time is a very malleable concept here.
They like make that clear at the start of DS1, and they roll with it forever. Excuse me. I mean, Cahill, it's debatable to say that, like, that's how this is. I've spoken with this on...
I think I found the edge.
Edging.
I will give that rolls off edge.
I wouldn't, because, like, that implies a specific accidental action. You nudged off that edge. Also, Cahill, I don't think we can ask Einstein a whole lot of anything right now. He's like busy.
Busy being dead.
What?
Oh, I'm so sorry you had to find out this way, Max.
When did this happen? Oh wait, it's relative when this happened. Thank you, Cahill. I hate that my chest is deciding to act up.
Eh, I don't mind. Like, I mind that you're not feeling great, but, like, the sounds don't bother me.
I care less about the sounds, like, 9 times out of 10. It's that it interrupts me speaking. And, like, that just pisses me
Yeah,
off. But I'm
that's...
like, I can't be mad at anyone, so I just am angry now.
That's valid. Alright, regular-ass people don't like being set on fire.
Yeah, it turns out fire is really effective because, like, most people aren't a fan. Chad, he fell for it. The oldest trick in the book.
The thing
What a
is, it
goof.
is the oldest trick.
Oh, everything's exactly the same, so what if I just sneak over here and grab this item? Oh god, one thing is slightly different. Chip damage.
I'm sorry, Nikki, but at least you still got Dukes. Any Dukes is a good Dukes in my book.
Yeah. But alas, that's not true for Nikki. She wants the shark.
Do you all remember, you probably don't, the very first time Baby Shark happened?
Like, in the world or in your streams?
In my streams.
I vaguely remember it. I very vaguely remember it. Because I remember immediately going, I need to figure out how to set up RNG in my chats more.
It was April Fool's Day.
Oh my god, I think I might have been too dense to have known that at the time.
Now that
I
is
never
incredibly
remember-
Max.
I never remember holidays, man. I don't celebrate shit.
Cahill, you probably were there.
Like, I celebrate Valentine's Day, and that's just because Mitch is really picky about me sending him stuff, and that's an excuse for me to send him stuff. I'm like, you can't bitch, it's a holiday. To be fair, Cahill, I think a lot of people think of this Gundyr in terms of his balls, and possibly joints. Yeah, here's your good buddy. At some non-specific time.
But before the deep consumed him.
You say that, but we can't even confirm that because, like, hear me out, right? We wake up and we go to Firelink. Nothing is connected to Firelink to the one you go to.
Yeah, oh, fair enough, yeah.
This one is connected to the world. This could be the true one, and you're waking up in, like, a weird afterlife situation, and, like, you teleporting out is you, like, actually coming back.
That's
Like, this could just
interesting.
be how stuff actually looks. Like, it's not explained at all. But that's also the nature of Dark Souls. Like, so much lore is up to interpretation.
Yeah.
The real shame is so many people think that, like, YT Video's interpretation is, like, the right
Oh,
one.
god damn it.
Like, that's what pisses me off about the Souls fandom. Last time I played this game, I had people trying to tell me I was wrong about lore, and I'm like, no. Show me in the fucking story where it tells you this, and I'll point to vague wording that can be interpreted at least 2 other ways that you just don't want to listen to.
Yeah, like, Vati videos, they're really cool.
Oh yeah, and he even says, like, I don't blame him for this one. He specifically says, like, Dark Souls 3 is, like, weird. I'm trying to connect the dots as I can, but, like, we're still making things up because we have to. Yes, Cahill, but, like, even Archdeacon Madonnell is behind an illusory wall. Like, Osiris is, like, weird, but, like, no less weird than, like, Drangleic soldiers being outside with the Deacons of the Deep.
Yeah.
Like, Dark Souls in general is just kind of odd. And, like, anything that you point at that's going to be like, well, this doesn't make sense. Like, yeah, it doesn't. We're not going to get answers for the rest of our lives. Do what you want with the story. No, Cahill, Osiris doesn't make sense. How the fuck is there another dragon that also doesn't have scales? Like, that part doesn't make sense to me. The pitch black sky, we dropped down here from underneath the garden. We're still under it. Yeah, but Cahill, like, there's like a point made that like Seath seeks immortality, and that he is like the last dragon, and that we murder him. And the thing is, his murder is canon because it has to be. Otherwise, the fire couldn't be linked.
Yeah.
And the point of there being a third game is that the fire has been linked like infinitely. So like it's weird to me, akin to Yorm being back, where it's like, didn't y'all make it like pretty heavily established that they're gone, to the point where like DS2 has a fucking last giant as a boss?
And the only other giants you see alive are in literal memories.
Cahill, which Covenant dragon? And Midir is literally in the past. Or wait, Midir in this game? Hold on. I'm trying to remember who Midir is. I get bosses mixed up sometimes, especially ones I don't fight a lot. Midir is in the Ringed City, which is like very nebulous what that place even is. And also, his description says descendant of the Archdragons, and then raised by the gods. Archdragons are something, but they're like different. If you're talking about the DS3 one, he's specifically an Archdragon. It's the equivalent of pointing at a drake and saying, see, there's still dragons, where it's like, yeah, that's just a dragon. They just want to be like, icky about it. Because what good is it to have dragons in the lore and not have you fight dragons? Oh, I mean, Chris, not only that, the Hydra's legs are all noodles. They're all tentacles. And I hate that Hydra. It's so scary to see that for the first time.
I don't think I ever saw it.
You know where I think it's the Ash Lake in DS1 is?
Oh, I saw it and I didn't fight it. Because I twist out.
Jump over you. It's awful. Oh, I mean Nobu, fair.
Ow.
Is that true, Cahill? Because Osiris calls himself a dragon. Hold on, let me see if I can find where it says anything about him doing that.
Ah, jeez.
Because I know he's just like weird. Yeah, him being obsessed with dragons is one thing.
God damn. Are there any summons for this fight, by the way?
There is! If you beat him earlier, the swordsman, the unnamed swordsman, the master dude.
I did.
Well, there you go.
I might use a summon, because this
that's entirely fair.
kicking my ass.
This boss is legitimately what I use to practice parrying.
Oh, okay.
When I like have something that's going to require me to parry. He is simultaneously really easy and really hard to parry, but like he's consistent. One second, I'll get you some lore, Cahill. Is that...
The Last Giant is a cool name, but it's also very heavily implied, Nobu, by the lore, that he's legitimately the Last Giant.
Yeah, except for the two giants down in Black Gulch, but I think that's because people don't know about those.
Yeah. I actually forgot about them. Thank you for the
everyone does.
Paula. God, Black Gulch is a miserable time.
Kind of. It's like It's just like short, and like it's not good for the time that it is, but at least it's short.
That is its save and
Town
grace.
exists, and that just makes me angry, because it's not short, and it's awful, and I'm just like, please. That's what I think, Chris. I like to think that what's the king's name? Vendrick. I think Vendrick calls him that, and like it just kind of stuck as a title, but that's because like Vendrick isn't smart. Beep boop, hold on, I'm checking some things because I'm learning some things about Osiris that I don't think I want to know. But like, it's so hard to get like sources on some of this shit. Oh, well, good news. At some point or another, Ocelot was a real child.
Oh. So
Good news.
maybe dead now.
Yeah, current status, question mark, but is canon to have existed at least in the past, if not still now. Because, Osiris banged the Queen of Lothric.
Yo, really?
Yeah. He banged Guinevere.
Hell yeah.
For which one?
Swordmaster.
Yeah, Swordmaster is like the easy help for this. Relatively speaking. Technically Gundyr is like resistant to bleed, but he ain't immune, and that means Swordmaster's gonna get some work.
He's also just, it's the Monster Hunter thing of another target is an incredibly useful thing.
That too, as well. That's the thing, Cahill. Like, it is implied that she's Lothric's mom and dad, mom to Lothric and Lorien. But what pisses me off more is that, like, I'm on, like, just a specific wiki, and it specifically says that, like, Osiris is the father of Lorien and Lothric. I'm like, okay, but that's not, like, established. Like, I feel like you should not be implying things. And I go to the source, and the source just talks about Ocelot and Guinevere. And I'm like, cool. That doesn't mean that, though. Like, I swear, the Souls fan base is so bad about keeping their shit, like, separated between canon and fanon, and it drives me. I hate anything that does that, but I don't participate in many fan-based things, so, like, I don't see it a lot.
Yeah.
No, Cryogenol. It's everyone's favorite.
I like it as a design.
I'm mad that it doesn't have any sort of evolution.
Ow!
Like, I'm more angry that it just kind of goes nowhere at all.
Absolutely agreed there.
Because, like, it reminds me of Glalie. But Glalie has, like, it goes places.
Chat, I did it all on my own.
I mean, you did. An NPC summon is still, like, doing it on your own. You didn't, like,
Yeah, I
have
know.
someone, like, real come and help you. And even if you did, this game's got co-op for a reason.
And I am entirely on board with summons are there for a reason. It's like the people in Elden Ring who are like, oh, you didn't play the game properly if you used like all the things the game gave you.
People will bitch if you use anything in that game. Oh, but that doesn't count because that weapon's broken, that spell's broken, you can't use all those buffs, using buffs is broken, summons are broken, summon ashes are broken.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Are you sure you like this game, or do you just like the idea of this game?
I'm gonna stretch and drink some water. Thank you, Sabs and me.
3 bosses in one stream! Or 4. Yeah, 4, because you did beat Aldrich this stream, didn't you?
Aldrich, Osiris, and... Oh, and Dancer, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Stealth, I need you to understand, honey. Someone tried saying that shit to me, and I speedran DS1 in 4 hours using keyboard and mouse to spite them.
Now that is the most max thing
It was
I've
my
ever
coworker, and I was literally like, I will have this game beaten by the time you get back.
Meaty,
And I
I
just like had the screenshot and sent it to him. I was like, fuck off.
Meaty, I 100% understand.
I understand, kind of, right? Because I feel like these games are hyped up as like, oh, they're hard, they're difficult. I'm like, I don't feel like they are. I think they're difficult if you take dying as failure.
Max, I don't know if you know, but that is an incredibly profound thing to say.
What do you mean?
A lot of people don't get that, not just about this game, but about lots of things. Failure is when you stop.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I don't know how to explain this better, but like,
God damn.
I've been through some shit, man, and like, I don't even count failure as when you stop. I think it's like, failing is when you stop when you could still be succeeding. Because like, I've had to stop a lot of things because there's just no way it would have been beneficial anymore. And I don't count that as failure. As much as I joke about dropping out of college, it's the best thing I could have done. Hey Cahill, it is interpretation, because saying Osiris is obsessed with dragons and discovered seed does not actually mean that he turned himself into a dragon. But yeah, failure is when you stop is absolutely the theme of Hollowing, but it's also like the biggest sign of humanity.
Yeah.
That's like what the game is telling you, is like the reason humanity stands up to everything is because they don't stop. And that's true to life as well. Like, we have very little evolutionary advantages.
Oh,
Our
yeah, yeah.
biggest one, naturally speaking, is persistence hunting, which is that we just don't stop.
Hey, Firelink Shrine, you're looking a little bit darker than I remember.
Meaty, I don't think you get to speak for everyone, but I will say you are speaking for a majority of people. Because that's not my bag, and I'm not one to judge that.
Coil
But I also
Fartbrand.
know Pig's entire community. That is your feather.
Yo, she's here?
Mhm.
Nobody else is.
Well, fancy that. A lost lamb wandering in with
Stealth,
a
as someone
peep from the
who likes gameplay, his fight's
Well,
hilarious,
thou
because if you
shouldst
just
my
stay in his
purpose
taint, you're
know.
fine.
bell. What can this old handmaid provide thee?
It's weird that you're here, lady.
Look what she sells.
The Wolf Knight armor?
Artorias is set.
Is that Artorias' set? That's interesting.
That just gives weird implications about where you're at right now. Like, that makes it weirder.
Max,
Yeah.
forgive me.
No.
Who is Artorias?
Do you actually not know?
I
He
know
was like
the
the first
name.
guardian of the abyss who like slowly fell to it, as everyone eventually does.
Okay. Did he have the puppy?
He is the owner of Pup, yes.
Okay.
That
I thought he
basically
was.
helped him escape the abyss, but also he did the same. You can find her in the abyss under his great shield,
That's so interesting.
and then technically you time travel to go save her.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
Best not tarry long.
Ooh, blacksmith hammer.
Chris, you don't want to fight Bongo Bongo? Oh yeah, Chris. It's even worse because it's Sif acknowledging, like, I still have to do this for him.
Oh.
And that's just awful. Yeah, it changes the cutscene, so she basically, like, I think it's like she nods towards you or something first.
Oh,
Because
so,
she recognizes you as the one that saved her.
but her duty remains.
Her job is to guard his grave and make sure only those that are worthy can safely traverse into the abyss.
Eyes of a Firekeeper?
Yeah.
So wait, which one is real? This one or the...
There you go. You understand the problem now, don't you? Because
I
if you
do.
notice where she's at the spot of Arena, the failed firekeeper,
Yeah.
the blind one. But it's like,
weird.
these are here even if you don't rescue Arena,
Yeah.
and you don't even give those to her, you give them to someone else. Like, it's such a weird thing that they do here, and that's why I'm so much like, yeah, time does not mean shit. And this could be anywhere along the timeline, and the game's not going to tell you.
But the thing is, this is one that we got to from an apparently real place.
Yes,
Whereas-
as far as, like, the rest of the game is concerned.
Whereas the other one, we woke up in and teleported out of.
Yes.
So that could very easily be the one that's not real.
I mean, that's how I view it, because I'm
Yeah.
like,
And
funny
also,
enough, because we talked about this at the very start of the series, because we were talking about, like, oh yeah, one of people's big complaints with DS3 is, like, you have to teleport out, and I'm like, yes, and only once, and you come back here through the physical world.
it's so
I
interesting.
like to think that, like, that's intentional. Oh, Chris, no, it doesn't.
And,
The
and
DS3
Ludleth has
delineates
just-
things by saying this happened before X, or this happened after Y, and then doesn't give you any sort of, like, actual connection.
That's really, really interesting. I also noticed that the fire has gone out in this version of it.
Mm-hmm. So that is going to come down to Champion Gundyr. He's considered a failure. Like,
Oh.
genuinely. Yeah, so his soul reads, once a champion came late to the festivities and was greeted by a shrine without fire and a bell that would not toll.
That's so interesting.
So that makes it weirder to me that, like, our Fire Link works.
Yeah.
Because I'm
We-
like, okay, but that is very clear and says would not.
Yeah,
And I'm
not
like,
did not, would not.
Yeah. Prisoner's Chain, which, in, like, even name alone feels very specific for why Gundyr has it.
Yeah.
A portion of a steel chain used to restrain Gundyr hot. A prisoner who is one who has staked everything on a belief, a proclivity most apparent in the greatest of champions.
Is there any reason to get up here in...
No.
Okay.
I don't believe so, because you're not supposed to do this.
Yeah. Oh, right, because you can't use the ladder.
Yeah. But yeah, so the Prisoner's Chain is a ring that you can get.
That's so
It's
interesting.
akin to a FAP ring, but the math on it works out really weird. So what it actually does is it gives you 5 Vigor, 5 Endurance, and 5 Vitality. It lowers your absorption by a percentage, but like a sliding scale percentage, so it's not even consistent. If you're fully naked, it drops every defense by 4, but like if you're wearing full Havels, it's minus 2.5.
That's very weird.
So somewhere in there. And as well, because you're gaining 15 virtual levels, it increases your overall defenses. So like, the math is really weird. In general, if you're wearing armor, it's a good ring to put on for tankiness. You'll be more tanky than it sounds.
Weird. Anyway. So, I did get a coiled something or other.
Yes, you got the coiled sword fragment,
Which
also implies some things.
yeah,
It is an actual consumable item. Well,
consumable.
not consumable, but it's in
Okay,
the list
yeah,
of consumables.
And it is it's like the feather in Dark Souls 2, right? It's an infinite homeward bone.
Yes.
Hell yes.
Sabs. This doesn't mean shit because it's Dark Souls and nothing's ever confirmed. It implies that either currently or in the past, the fire has straight up faded entirely. But that still doesn't make sense. So, like, I don't know.
Dark Souls, we ain't gotta tell you shit.
Welcome.
Well, the thing is,
speak
Chris, like...
very well. Then take no.
Yeah, but like, you just walked here. You know? Like, you walked through a door,
Yeah.
and you're just here. So, like, I get the time travel thing, I don't see it. And as well, like, yeah, the lore does say, like, oh, he failed and the fire's not lit, but the fire is lit when you're here because you lit
Yeah,
it.
I think this is the not illusory one, but this is the one where there's weird shit going on. That's the canon version.
Well, the thing that this one makes this one weirder to me, like, full stop, right? You don't see most of these NPCs out in the world. You usually see them through summons.
Yeah.
And, like, the game's explanation of summons is like, oh, these are time-traveling things because time's wibbly-wobbly, because, like, that's established in DS1.
Yeah.
Where it's like, yeah, the reason you can summon to fight the same boss multiple times is, like, in that timeline, they haven't been killed yet. And so the fact that you can be summoned or summon a lot of these characters, and the only place they're all together is here, makes me think this one's a little weird.
Yeah. So what you're saying is Firelink Shrine is a TARDIS.
You know what? Fuck it, yeah. Go on, Miyazaki. Tell me I'm wrong. Do it.
Should I give her the eyes, or should I give the other Firekeeper the eyes?
You can only give them to one of them, I believe. Let me double check that.
Oh,
out
okay.
before
Mayhap I should apprise thee.
I don't think it matters, like, long term, because we're doing
Okay.
different things.
Might reveal to the
Bum, 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 bum.
But Ludlith knows about her eyes. That's interesting.
of betrayal.
Yes.
Things never intended for her ken. Visions of this age's end.
Chris, the Firelink is bigger on the inside. We broke some illusory walls that revealed more room.
Gundir's Halberd. I mean, I'm not surprised. But
Yeah,
cool.
it's the third longest weapon in the game.
God.
Yeah, so the eyes, if you give them to the Firekeeper, it'll give you some dialogue, it changes Firelink Shrine's music, and it provides another ending. And I'm just gonna say this because I think it's a hilarious bit of tidbit that's on the fucking wiki. If the Firekeeper is killed after giving her the eyes, you'll have the eyes returned to you. And you can still return the eyes after this. And that just brings to mind someone who keeps going like, surely eventually she'll just stop giving them back, right?
So like, giving her the eyes will not endanger the ending we're thinking of going for.
I don't know, because I don't know where, like, the priority is if you have multiple options.
Cool.
Bum, bum, bum.
Look, if you're
Yes, so
not
you're
sure-
fine.
Okay.
So what happens is, if you give her the Firekeeper eyes, there'll be a summon sign for her on the ground. Just don't do that.
Yo, she can fight with you at the end?
No, after you kill the final boss.
Oh, you can summon her and she does things. That's cool.
You know who you can summon for the final boss?
Is it my friend? Is it Sigurd?
Oh god, no.
Oh, okay.
No. He dies when you kill Yorm because his duty is fulfilled.
Oh, okay.
No, Yuria of Londor.
Oh, hell yes.
She uses Dark Drift.
Welcome home, speak.
Give Eyes of a Firekeeper.
Ashen One. Are these eyes?
Yeah, you can do this safely.
How
Also,
gracious
yeah,
of
LV, I
thee,
like that
Ashen
idea
One.
too.
The very things we Firekeepers have been missing.
Yeah, I found them on the floor.
Ashen One,
I found them in another
thanks for the
time,
eyes thou
buried in
given.
ash on the floor.
Yeah,
Put
it's
them in your
fine.
skull.
Firekeepers are not meant to have eyes. It is forbidden. These will reveal through a sliver of light frightful images of betrayal.
I'm not going to betray you, probably.
A world without fire.
For what it's worth,
Ashen
Chris,
One,
they
is
do look
this
like
truly
blueberries.
thy wish?
Wish for a world without flame. The thing is, I kind of do. Everything's fucked.
Yeah,
Does this decision affect anything?
not in the least.
Cool.
Of course. I serve thee.
Like, I can give you the
What
rundown real
doest
quick
thou
because the
bid?
big spoiler that I didn't want to give you was your marriage
If the
situation.
will
Oh, yeah.
fair,
So the 4 endings are
none
like,
else may know
kill the
this.
soul and link the first flame.
Stay thy
The
path,
second ending is get the eyes,
Find
give them to the
lords to link the
Firekeeper,
fire,
select yes on that,
and I will
kill the
bind thee
soul,
pen
and
to
then summon the
flame.
Firekeeper.
until the day of thy grand
There's technically
betrayal.
2 endings that stem from that, but like achievement-wise, it doesn't count. The 2 endings are you can kill her during that.
Oh.
Farewell, Ashen One.
Yeah.
Which is like maximum betrayal.
Oh, absolutely. It's the same thing you can do in Demon Souls. And then the last one is the one we're shooting for, which is the whole get married and do a thing.
Oh, so like becoming Lord of Hollows is a requirement for one of the endings.
Yes.
That's cool. I did not realize that. I thought that was just a cool side quest.
It's also that. But when we get there, you just touch the fire and you'll be good.
Okay, because I'm the Lord of Hollows.
Yes.
Things are different when...
And yeah, we can get Yuria's gear after we beat the game if we go to where she is normally. But we have to summon her if we want that. And her sword's cool. It's a katana, and its special move is to basically thrust forward with a katana, and it ignores shields.
That's cool. That's so
Oh,
interesting.
Stitch is right. Triforce.
Speaking of which, I really think the new Zelda looks very cool.
I cannot take it seriously, and I've already lost faith in Zelda as a franchise. Just
Interesting.
personally. I think this one is a bit stupid looking.
Yeah, I'm not a
Like,
super
the game
fan of
itself
the art
looks
style.
stupid, but I'm like, they were like, oh, here's the new mechanic, and the only thing they really showed off was you summoning a table, and I'm like, oh, you guys kind of dropped the ball on that one.
Yeah, there is a new trailer, which made me much more
Probably makes
excited.
it look like a game.
Yes. So should I go back to Osiris?
So no, we're actually done with that plot thread. You have to go back to... I think the smartest place you could go back to would be the Profaned Capital.
Wait, seriously?
We're actually going to go back into...
Into Yorm's room?
Not Yorm's room, the literally the Profaned Capital.
Okay,
We're going to
yeah.
go backwards into Irithyll Dungeon.
That's That's not where I expected the Twinses to be. Or
We're
are we
not
doing
going to the
things
Twinses,
before
buddy.
Twinses?
We're doing things before Twinses. I'm at least getting you this area unlocked. It's one of the hardest ones in the game for myself, but at least having it unlocked means we'll have it available. So you know the room that we're about to go into in the prison? Like the long hallway with
Like a bunch of
the
ladies?
keepers? Yes. Basically, you're going to go just straight across. There's going to be a wall in your way, but functionally straight across.
Yeah.
And then we're going to just kind of go that way. There's a statue we're looking for.
Okay.
LV, I don't know what that means because I don't play Assassin's Creed.
I don't...
I know that Tears of the Kingdom was like the biggest letdown I've ever experienced in my life, and I'm mad that people hyped it up to be such a mid experience. And I missed like regular Zelda games. If that's what you mean by Assassin's Creed, then sure, but I don't know.
I went all the way to the opposite side. Was
You
that
go
good?
through that doorway. I got stream delay, so. But
Oh!
once we're like outside,
The statue.
we want to sit on the rugs and strike a pose.
I vaguely know what this is.
Do you know the pose?
I do.
Thank God.
It's the same one everyone else here is doing.
Yeah.
Sabs, I hope you're ready.
Sabs, come here. I mean, Meaty, it being multiplayer wouldn't fix my problem, which is, oh, this is just Breath of the Wild. Like, it felt like a DLC.
LV, to be fair to Zelda, I don't think comparing its release schedule to Assassin's Creed is fair at all. There was like 5 years to Tears of the Kingdom, which is part of the problem.
I would also argue, like, Zelda changes it up pretty decently most of the time.
Yeah, it's
Like,
very...
they'll be the same thing for about 3 games, and then they'll be like, alright, time for something wildly different. Which I can't say anything for Assassin's Creed, but I wouldn't say it's basically the same stuff.
Yeah, I think the new Zelda looks cool. Fuck your stones.
No, the cairns. Those are important. Also, yeah, matey. That game opening with a retcon pissed me off so much.
There is a lot that I wasn't a fan of in Tears of the Kingdom. There's a lot I was, and I mean, I played it for like a million hours.
I played it for about 30 before I was like, I don't think I'm going to start liking this game anytime soon.
Yeah, that's perfectly fair.
I think I got like 2 or 3 like big dungeons in before I was like, oh. Oh, Chris, the thing is, I love Minish Cap. It's a favorite of mine purely for nostalgia reasons. I understand that that game's not as good as I remember it being, and I know because I've tried playing it again. I'm like, oh, that's right. There's a lot of grievances I have with this game.
I still want
I still
to
think it
play
needs
it.
more love than it gets. What's up, Pig?
I want to play Minish Cap.
Oh, I hope you enjoy it. It's such a good game.
I'd kind of like to do a run through of all the 2D Zeldas. Because 2D Zelda is something I have a great love for that I don't think gets the attention it deserves.
I think it gets too much attention, but that's explicitly Aaron's fault. Excuse me.
Fair enough.
I don't know. Calling Minish Cap 2D always like hurts my brain because I'm like, you're right, but it doesn't feel like one because it is 3D.
Well, I suppose I mean top down.
No, I know. It's just like, for some reason, my brain doesn't read Minish Cap as 2D at all. I'm like, it is. I don't know why I can't just, like, wrap my head around that. Yeah, matey, I had a problem with Elden Ring, too. I beat it 3 times with the day 1 patch, and I was like, yeah, this isn't fun. Like, for myself, I was like, no, they put too much stuff in here, and not a lot of it means anything. So, like, I really didn't enjoy it, but also, I went with Magic, and before they patched it 50 times to buff Magic, Magic was awful. And also, the game just straight up wasn't finished.
I love
Like,
super fast, long-range necromancers. Pyromancers.
Well, yeah, dragons.
I know.
You said necromancers, I'm like, what? Are we talking about anything similar, or are you just, like, ranting about necromancers now? Oh, LB, I understand people's appreciation of Elden Ring. It's not fun for me. Like, there's just not a fun to be had. I played it for the DLC. That made me cement, like, oh, after all these patches, it's still, like, a shitty open-world version of a game that doesn't need to be open-world. Like Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild was really good, and then I went back to play it, and I was like, oh.
What Dark Souls 1 nonsense is this with bells ringing?
Ain't that neat. Chris, I don't know which 3 Capcom Zelda games?
I think they
do
made
Four
the
Swords?
Oracles as well.
Capcom? God, no.
Oh, okay.
Because I know they did Four Swords, or at least I'm pretty sure they did. Hold on. They did do the Oracles? What the shit?
Be wary of bonfire and then tongue.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this isn't a mimic bonfire. I don't think that's a thing yet.
Oh, they did also do Four Swords. I just feel insane. Got it. I mean, Joshua, that's fine. I just don't... I feel like open world has to be built with, like, a specific framework in mind. And I don't think that Elden Ring does it, like, at all. I don't think Dark Souls was the kind of game that, like, needed to be open world for any reason.
I think these dragons are more likely to be weak than dark than fire. I don't know, call me crazy. God damn this game.
But yeah, I feel like Elden Ring has a lot of copy and pasted bullshit that, like, if was not there would have been fine, and instead I have to do shit multiple times.
Oh, you are large and in charge, my man.
Trying to find out. Oh,
Now that is rolling off a cliff.
Yay, bingo sheet. Okay, so I did prep a thing ahead of time. I mean, yeah, Nikki, the thing is, like, I also understand people liking open world. But I feel like open world should be like a complementary design to a game, not like something you tack on just to make it popular. And Elden Ring feels very, it's open world just so they could say that it was.
Unfortunately, I do agree with you there.
Chris, I'm about 50-50 on that. Because, like, they had their chance to do a second game that is open world, and instead they used the same world. And they were like, no, there's more to it. And then you look underneath and it's just the same world again, but like with darkness. They're like, no, but there's a sky too, except like most areas in the sky aren't anything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, guys, you just sold me the same game.
The depths was exciting the first time I went into it. And then I realized that
like,
there's nothing to it.
Yeah, the mechanics pissed me off. It felt like that was the reason the construction was needed.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't like feeling forced to use construction. I didn't buy an engineering game. I bought a Zelda game.
Yeah,
but like,
that's the thing.
I went through most of the depths without it, and it was hell. That mechanic is ass.
Like,
permanently losing hearts is not fun.
You buy Kerbal Space Program, you know that you're doing an engineering game. You buy Zelda, it's not what I signed up for.
Yeah, and I get that, like, Zeldas like to be experimental and stuff. They could have made it in a fucking world that was not Breath of the Wild. And then try and tell me it's not just Breath of the Wild, but worse. Like, Breath of the Wild was specifically built to be open world, and its open world was built to guide you. Tears of the Kingdom was like, yeah, you know this shit, go wherever you want.
Yeah.
And it just sucked.
But the sky was the biggest disappointment. Oh my lord.
Yeah, I remember going into the sky, I was like, oh, this is beautiful, and then I opened the map and I was like, oh no. I liked the sky places. I thought they were really cool, and I liked the weird Skyward Sword stuff where it's like, oh, it's all futuristic and, like, interesting.
Someone said dashing through, so... Oh my lord. What?
Let me know when you need anything at all. I don't know how much to give, so I'll leave it on you to, like, let me know what you need.
Someone said...
I mean...
I do vaguely know this boss, I just don't know, like, the details.
Nah, you're good. Joshua, for what it's worth, that's already true for Dark Souls, though. Ooh, I'm struggling with the Abyss Watchers. Go down the Crystal Sage path. Go beat Deacons of the Deep instead. Like, there's like a ton of stuff in Dark Souls that's like, oh, I'm struggling with this part. You can just turn around and go somewhere else and do a different thing. Like, it doesn't need to be open world for that, and if it is going to be open world again, I feel like the world should be designed around that, and so much of Elden Ring feels half-baked.
Yeah.
And that's, like, during patch 1 and after that. Like, I played it after the DLC, and the DLC feels very much like there's one open field, and then a bunch of linear locations. And it's like, yeah, you realize being like a broad open world where there is a lot of nothing isn't good game design, and they reined it in. I mean, Joshua, I don't want this to sound disrespectful, but I don't know like a smart way to phrase this. You not feeling like that's the case for Dark Souls doesn't mean it's not the case, though. There are multiple options and avenues for you to try in every single Dark Souls game at pretty much every juncture. Like, these games are riddled with crossroads for a reason.
Yeah.
And part of it's because, like, people vibe well with different bosses. Some of it is because side quests, and some of it is because if you get stuck at one, you just go try the other. and at the very least exploring that other option, even if you don't kill a boss, still gets you gameplay experience and also in-game experience to do what you need. I don't, again, think it's like necessary for an open world to be like that. And like, mind you, this is coming from someone who's been like shit on for liking Final Fantasy 13, and people try to say it's because it's linear and then tout Final Fantasy 10, which is just as linear.
Oh my lord, I'm just desperately running in the hopes of getting somewhere. Oh, there's...
I mean, Pig, you're doing it. Like, this is the boss fight.
I am being pursued.
Chris, I'd argue it's just the same. It's literally the same. At the end of the game, right before the final boss, you get everything opened up and you can go do all the side quests and stuff. And until then, you just can't do side quests. Like, the only side quest Final Fantasy X has for you is Blitzball,
Yeah.
and I don't know anyone that plays it. Unless it's for the side quest that you already need to be at the end of the game to do anyway. So, like, I've had way too many decades of being told, like, no, linear game bad, we need open world.
I like a linear game.
I like both. I think they're both fine. I think it's like they're good when they're used as spices. They're not good when they're used as the main course, though. I don't want to play an open world game. I want to play whatever genre I want to play, and also have it be open world.
Yeah. One of the reasons I like linear games as a general rule is I'm a big fan of like a well-told story, and specifically on the told part.
Yeah.
And it's very, very hard to do that in any non-linear fashion. Not impossible.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, it's definitely not impossible, and I'm glad you did that, because, like, I've talked with Chair about this because we're both ancient, me in spirit and him literally. But, like, Final Fantasy VI does it very well, where the first half of the game is linear, and it tells a really good story, and then the second half is entirely open world, and still tells a good story.
Yeah.
Specifically because, like, you only have stories for the characters you recruited, and so, like, they're somewhat self-contained, but, like, some party members aren't really optional.
Yeah.
And so it still has that, like, feeling of being linear, but you can still, like, do other stuff before or after that. And it is open world. Like, my god, you get an airship super early, and you just kind of go wherever you want and pick up whoever you want to. Like, the requirements for 6 to actually, like, be finished are so small that, like, you really can't do everything. But every character you recruit has a whole-ass story to them.
That's so cool. Excuse me?
And on the flip side of that, I'm going to point at Chrono Cross, which, while I enjoy, has a lot of characters that don't go anywhere.
You're a day late for International Vor Day, my dude.
Oh yeah, they can parry sabs. I mean, Meaty, I didn't even grow up with the N64. I grew up with, like... I mean, technically I didn't grow up with anything for a while. I basically had, like, a PC. But, like, after my PC, it was basically, like, a Game Boy, and then the Game Boy Advance, which was basically just an SNES. And then after that, it was the PS1 and N64. So, like, I definitely remember games being able to feel larger than life without feeling like a slog, and I've yet to find an open world game that doesn't feel like a slog. You gotta go up that ladder, man.
Cool, so the fog wall is not the place to go?
There's a ladder by the fog wall.
Yeah, but
once
the
you're
fog
up
wall...
there, you're mostly safe. Oh yeah, Meaty. I remember, I have memories of Ocarina of Time.
Damn.
Because I was a kid, like, a lot of my memories are kind of sped up. By the way, Pig, if you're getting frustrated, this area just sucks. That's why I was like, I just wanted you to know that this area was here, so that we can come back to it if you ever feel like it.
Yeah, I've got time left
This
in
is like
stream.
a whole level with 2 different bosses, and a lot of, like, level.
I'll at least try to
but
get through this boss.
Yeah.
Uh,
he asks if you threw your controller.
I did not, I just put it down.
But yeah, Meaty, like, thinking back on Ocarina of Time, I have all these, like, vivid memories of, like, oh, all these side quests and all these NPCs, and then playing them, like, oh, this game is, like, 4 levels and then time travel, and then 4 levels.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, I forgot this game doesn't actually have like a lot to it. It's just like each area itself is kind of dense if you feel like doing it. But like, again, it's really good at selling you that there's a lot to it.
Yeah.
Without having to do it. And I'm like, I appreciate that more than I do an open world that is, I don't know, it feels like styrofoam. Where it's like, look at how much space it takes up, and then you squish it down, you're like, oh. Gotcha.
The thing that frustrated me there was, like, fog doors communicate a thing in these games.
Oh, yes. Sadly, what they're communicating here is you're in a boss fight already. Fog wall means you can't go here yet, because you have to beat the boss. Akin to trying to leave any other boss.
Yeah, it doesn't
and
look
the
like
knee-jerk
that.
reaction. Yeah. Oh, also, yeah, Meaty. I don't like fans of Nintendo, and I haven't for a very long time. Seeing people, like, repeatedly beg for, like, we want more of the same, and I'm like, oh god, no. I want them to get experimental with shit, and I want them to, like, make hardware that is, like, working. I'm so tired of Switch games not running on the Switch, the only console they're available on.
Yeah, that sucks.
Like, I'm gonna phrase this very carefully. I got a copy of Pokemon Violet, 2 weeks early.
Just quickly, Nikki is objectively correct. Make a new Golden Sun.
Actually, yeah, like, Nikki got me hooked on Golden Sun. I still haven't fucking finished it because it's that fucking awesome.
But first, give us an official re-release so we can play it on modern systems.
Give us, like, an actual port.
Yeah,
Not like,
I
ooh, we
don't
have
need
an
a
online
remaster.
ROM you can run. Like, no. Sell the games. All of them. Meaty, she already streamed Golden Sun. She streamed all of them. She should do it again, but, like, she did that.
God, fuck these dudes.
Absolutely. They attack like a hollow. They've got range like someone using a fucking lance.
I mean, Chris, I'm going to disagree there. Just finish the story of Golden Sun. Like, Dark Dawn does not end.
Yes, and also let the devs go make a spiritual successor where they don't feel tied to the lore, but they can still, like, make more. Because that's always my favorite, where they're like, we like these systems, but we kind of told the story we wanted. And I'm like, yeah, make more. But, like more, please?
Well, that's... Like, as much as a lot of people are like, oh, I wonder what's next for Xenoblade, I kind of want the answer to be nothing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, give me, like, an anime at best that gives me, like, a conclusion.
Yeah.
And, like, that's it. Which, like, we don't even necessarily need one. Like, we got enough of one that I'm satisfied.
Yeah. Like, in my video, I speculate, because, like...
Yeah.
Huge series with name recognition, there's probably going to be something more Xenoblade coming.
Nikki, I can get you hooked up for that if you ever need it. But yeah, like... They're like characters for Xenoblade where I'm like, do we know where this went?
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't know, but I also didn't do, like, everything in those games, because that's, like, 800 hours of game. I love those games a lot, but I only have so much in me, man. Even Dark Souls 3 is only at 350 hours. But, like, there's a lot of characters in Xenoblade where I'm like, yeah, but what about them? And it's like, yeah, you can wrap that up in, like, an anime short if you really felt like it. And if they don't, the answer is totally
If I didn't roll
free.
off the ledge before, I rolled off the ledge that time. Also, I'm, like, 90% sure that was Adam Howden voicing that scream.
And yeah, chat, I'll be updating the bingo sheet as we do. Bingo.png already exists. I know. I put it there.
Oh, also, I may, in the next couple of weeks, have some info to share on a personal project. Unrelated to anything that Max currently knows about.
I was gonna say, like, I do too, but I don't know when I can share that, because it's not related to anything, I just made it. Are we... So, I need like a general vote. Do we count get killed by mobs on the way to the boss?
I hate to say yes.
Like, I don't know if this counts because this is the boss. The boss is the mobs.
In that case, probably not.
Because, like, the health bar is not the mobs. This boss doesn't have a fight if it doesn't have mobs, though. If this whole place was empty, there wouldn't be a fight. Also, Chris, Salt 1 is what got me into that super well. My poison-only run, my beloved. But Salt and Sacrifice was sick as well. I'm surprised so many people hated that game.
Well, you see, unfortunately, it made the mistake of being similar but also different.
I mean, yeah. They were like, we're gonna keep the Souls-like game, but like also we're gonna introduce like a Monster Hunter kind of gameplay loop. And people were like, no! It's not linear! I'm like, okay, well, they never said it was going to be. What's your problem here? It's got like 5 levels and then like 80 bosses.
God.
Also, Meaty would like to know if the personal project is Pig's OnlyFans that he's been asking Santa for.
Santa may have to disappoint you this year. Because as somebody with enormous body image issues, there is not going to be an OnlyFans anytime in the realistic future.
Listen, Meaty, I'm Jewish. I'll see what I can get Jewish Santa working on. You get 8 days of presents, I'll see if I can get like 8 posts on OnlyFans at some point. Listen, all I'm hearing is we need to compliment Pig more.
Oh, I get plenty of compliments. That will not solve the problem. But thank you.
I mean, Chris, I'd argue that, like, Salt 2 is as linear as the first one. They are both Metroidvanias in their, like, completion of levels. The only required parts are the ones that get you movement options.
This doesn't look like the right place.
You're close. There's gonna be a platform that's, like, directly over the dragon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I see it.
Also, not that I imagine it'll happen, but if anyone chats like, oh, you're being such a spoil sport, you're ruining a Pig. No, I'm not. He's died like 6 times in this fight alone.
I have also seen this fight.
Even if you haven't, like, there's a level of frustration before, like, it matters.
Cool.
The warning I can give you is make sure he finishes his attack animations.
He had.
Or, yeah, that's...
As far as I could tell, he had finished.
So, that is the Ancient Wyvern for you, Pig. Like, I've had that happen 4 times back to back.
Yeah, I see it.
And I cannot fathom how, like, a new player feels about it, but I feel like I got close that day. But yeah, Chris, like, I don't get why people hate the second one. Like, for myself, I understand the reasons they say. They don't make sense to me. I think they're just mad because it's slightly different. And honestly, I think 2 has the better side quests in it anyway.
I
has people, like, go hollow, and when they go hollow, you have to fight, like, gigantic boss versions of them.
That's
like,
cool.
That is way more interesting than Salt and Sanctuary 1, where side quests are like, you talk to them at 3 places, now you get an item.
But, like, I will never forget Yahtzee's very accurate review of Dark Souls 2, which is, it's different, therefore it's ruined.
God, me at Mario Bros. 2 and Zelda 2. Like, wow, y'all really just hate this because it's not the first game, huh?
And it's just...
The thing is, the original Mario 2 was exactly the first game but more, and people hated it so much that Nintendo was like, we cannot release this.
Yeah, but also like with Zelda 2, they're like, oh, it's so different from the formula. What fucking formula, my man?
I mean, that's the thing about like the second game. There is not a pattern to follow, and especially way back then, there really was not a pattern to follow. Everyone for the NES era was doing their best, and there was no guidebook. But also, like, I would argue Zelda 2 fits a formula for a game of the time better
Absolutely.
than Zelda 1 does.
Absolutely, Zelda 1's the
Zelda 2
weird
for
one.
me feels like an RPG, which is like way more standard at the time. It's also, my first Zelda was technically the second one because I played a fan copy of it on like a Flash site when I was very little. And I didn't know that was Zelda 2 until like 10 years later.
That's always a fun experience, and I mean that completely sincerely.
My first experience with like Chrono Trigger was on Magus RPG, and I didn't know that's what that was. I thought it was its own thing for a very long time.
I did not know that was a thing.
Oh, with the fly up and fire thing?
No, Magus.
Oh, yeah, he's an NPC in Chrono Trigger.
No, I know that. I didn't know Magus RPG was a thing.
I could not tell you if it's good, I just know it existed. You know what, Chris, you're right. DS2 hat is stupid.
There we go.
Yeah, by the way, I had to look up to make sure that weapon could kill him. Apparently any weapon can kill him.
Good.
But I was like, please tell me the Dark Hand can. I don't want to have to invalidate the run. No, Chris, hold on. I have to do the bit where I pull up the stupidest Dark Souls 2 hat. You don't understand. I needed this.
God damn it, automatic teleport. I wanted to ring the bell.
For what it's worth, it's even weirder, Pig. You can just come back here and progress like normal. I don't know why they teleport you. And you have to ring the bell anyway.
Dark Souls 3, are you being silly again? Okay. I'm just going to...
Also, can I just say another fucking boss down? I believe you killed, what, 5 bosses in a stream?
It's been a solid stream, yeah.
You wildly overestimated my... Oh yeah, you'll see 2, or you'll kill 2 and get to a third. Like, no! You killed 5! And honestly, Chris, yeah. DS2 is my least favorite, but it's still a fucking Dark Souls game, and, like, it's fantastic.
I will also say, Dark Souls 2 has my favorite design for a multi-boss in the Ruined Sentinels. Just from, like,
I like the design. I don't like where it starts you off at.
No, I like that from a teaching you perspective. Hey, how are we going to start this? You fight one of them.
And if you take too long, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Which, like, gargoyles do the same. That's, like, none of that is uncommon.
Is the gargoyles time-based? I thought it was health-based.
I thought it was time-based.
I don't remember. It's been a while, man. I'd say my biggest problem with DS2 is just, like, the overall health to damage ratio kind of sucks.
Yeah, I get that. Visions of Ring.
But yeah, in general, like, that's my only real complaint for DS2. And, like, the durability glitch on PC that, like, never got fixed, but that's, like, it's a glitch. Like, I don't blame the game design for a glitch.
I can't ring the bell. I'm so sad.
Not like this.
Oh! God, you entirely caught fire, my man. I don't think
And it's
that...
Darkfire.
You're right. I don't think I saw a lot of other items that I was interested in.
No. Basically, the only other thing that's of note in this entire level is there's one more boss. I genuinely think it will be the hardest one of the game for you.
Oh, really?
Barring the DLC.
Like harder than Soul of Cinder?
Yes. I'd say easily harder than Soul of Cinder. Soul of Cinder is not even the hardest boss in game like normally. Abyss Watchers is harder than Cinder.
I mean, for me, yeah.
For most people, dude, Abyss Watchers is ass. And Soul of Cinder's like rough, but like that's more because of numbers, not because of skill.
Yeah.
Like, he packs a wallop, but like if you learn his attacks, it's not hard, and it's not hard to learn him. Abyss Watchers, however.
Do I have to use the Dragon Headstone that I just got?
No, you just progress.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, there's just one boss here. Luckily, you will not accidentally stumble into the boss here. You will actually know. If the game is very much like, alright. But this also has the ashes where you can buy Titanite chunks.
The Easterner's Ashes. I think. Because that's what I've currently got.
No.
Oh.
Easterner's ashes are what we got in Londor.
Oh, okay.
You just never turned them in. No, we get some here. It's like in the same area as the final boss, but it's like past where he is
Oh,
without
weird.
having to fight him. It's a weird area.
I own
But we're gonna want those at some point. But we'll get a lot from Lothric Castle, so like there's no rush. Like we'll be able to upgrade your fist, the fire fist that is.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Slows equipment degradation. That doesn't...
We don't.
That's...
Even if we would need it normally, your weapons can't break.
Yeah. But also, that doesn't seem to be much of an issue in DS3.
Very well. Then
Yeah,
go
I've
ahead.
never had that issue in DS2.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna level up and then end stream.
Yeah, I was gonna say we can go peace out and hang out.
Some more attunement just for that fup.
Yeah, LV recommended someone.
I did not see.
Coral the Soul?
Oh, is Carl live?
I can try. I got you, LV, I got you. Let me know when you want me to hit the send button.
Not quite yet.
No, I'm saying I've got it preloaded if you want to raid them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're coming up on some, like, pretty solid stats.
Yeah.
You've hit your stride with Pyromancers specifically because, like, most would be hitting their soft caps by now and then not knowing what to do with their points.
Yeah. One of the big advantages of the Dark Hand, though, is it just that it scales with everything.
Oh, yeah. I was worried more about your Pyromancies because, like, that's the big quote-unquote flaw with that. Is like, oh, because you're spreading your sets so thin, like, it takes forever to hit the, like, big numbers. Dark Hand doesn't care because it starts with big numbers.
That is a very fun thing.
Also, yeah, Coral is live.
Neat.
Yeah, Sleep. I was invited here from, like, the idea.
Hello, Sleep. Welcome. You've arrived just at the end.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's. I just want to go to Carl just to make sure that.
Yeah, he's been live for like an hour.
Nice. Okay, yeah. If you can hit the raid, Max, that'd be very
Yeah, of
kind.
course. Did that go through? I can't tell.
Not on my end.
Okay, I've been having this issue where Twitch like just doesn't work sometimes for me.
Yeah, or you might need editor permission for that.
Oh, that might be what it is, because I was talking to Alphonse, and I was like, raid doesn't show up for me, dude. And he's like, why aren't you sending the raid? I'm like, I can't, Alphonse, please.
But yeah, chat, thank you very much for joining me. Max, thank you for the advice and the support and everything, because we got through a fuck ton today.
Oh, yeah, of course. Luckily, Ancient Wyvern's one of the worst for a while.
Yeah. Except for the one directly after him.
No, because the one right afterwards is going to be fine.
I thought you said it was the hardest in the game.
It is, but it'll be fine.
Cool. But yeah, I'll be live again on Sunday, 2:30 Eastern Time, playing some Monhan World. Yeah, Dark Souls continues next Tuesday at 5:30 Eastern. And, I mean, Max, we can't be too far from the end, right?
You've got basically 3 bosses that are required, and then like I think 4 or
Hey.
5 at all if we're doing side stuff.
That's really cool. So yeah, we're very nearly there. So yeah, chat, I will see you around. I hope you have a wonderful evening, or whatever time zone it is for you. Say hi to Carl. Have a good one, everybody. Ciao.
Bye bye.